is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. A plethora of special Green Bay Packers guests appeared yesterday on Wilde and Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN, including Green Bay Packers Hall of Fame wide receiver Robert Brooks weighing in on the state of the wide receiver room in Titletown. Here's what Robert Brooks said about a true number one wide receiver.
Those guys are playmakers. I just think they've been trying to spread the ball a little too much. You got to have a guy that when we get in these moments, he's going to get an opportunity to make a play, and we're going to win and lose with that guy. Okay, and I don't think they've done that. I think they're trying to spread the ball around a lot. And, you know, when you got a young quarterback, you kind of want to do that. You don't want him to have too much of a crutch, but you got to give him a crutch sometimes.
Find the conversations with Robert Brooks, Dorsey Levens, Don Majkowski, and more on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Subscribe so you can watch Wilde and Tausch like you can today, every single day. Baseball, the Brewers fall 8-4 in 11 innings yesterday. Still couldn't get their first sweep of the season against the Orioles. Back in action visiting the Pirates tonight.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be as almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Thursday edition. Wait a minute, it's Thursday and Bryan Bulaga's here? Great! What a great Thursday edition. The reason why he's here today is because we had such a great Wednesday. What a great show. I got so much feedback. Now, again, from a certain age demographic, saying it was the best show we've ever done.
Wow.
Maybe a little palmy, a little prisoner of the moment.
What?
But still pretty good.
What is the best show we've ever done?
I don't know. I just take them one show at a time. I don't rest on my laurels. I don't get complacent because Goody might draft somebody to replace me. Edition. And I understand this is a controversial take for some, but I have some real FOMO from yesterday. Not just because my favorite all-time Packer, Dorsey Levens, was there, but also because I love the Dells. And I know there are people that disagree with that. I love the Dells. Don't love Vegas. Love the Dells. Edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter at some point, Facebook, I don't think we fixed it yet, and always on YouTube. And, of course, everything you need, I'm going to use it. I'm going to be using it again today, transcribing some interviews from yesterday. The ESPN Wisconsin app, all new, all redesigned, all free, all customizable. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. I'm too close to the camera. And from his undisclosed location back where he belongs after a abbreviated day on the course, he is the Packers Hall of Famer and supporter of Tellurian's Celebrity Golf Tournament at Trapper's Turn. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to figure out. So prior to us doing the show, you had never been to Wisconsin Dells in your life.
Correct. There's a huge miss of my childhood that my parents never took me there.
Yeah, we have been to the Andy North and Friends event. We've been down at the Dells for numerous different golf things. And I don't know, the Packers aren't even practicing.
You're not going to do this, are you? You're going to do this? This is how I come in with great positivity and energy, and you give me this? Like, I had a meeting with a partner yesterday. Like, I couldn't miss it. It was important. Like, I got a lot going on that doesn't pertain to the Packers sometimes, and so I couldn't come yesterday. And, frankly, the rain changed my perspective because we got to talk to four of our favorite guys that we wouldn't have gotten to talk to had it been a beautiful sunshiny day.
Is Bryce Paup one of your favorite guys?
I've known him since he was coach. Well, I never covered him. He's not one of my favorite guys that I covered.
Okay.
Because I never covered him.
Okay.
But I used to talk to him. He would come to practice when he was coaching at Green Bay Southwest. He's a really sharp, interesting guy. I can see why he likes you. So
he's a very smart dude.
Can I admit something to you guys?
Sure. You didn't know who he was.
I'd never heard of Bryce Paup before until yesterday.
Well, maybe it was because Tausch pronounced his name as Paup.
Regardless of, I've heard it neither way. I had never.
That's a good line.
I had never heard of Bryce Paup before, and he was great. I loved him. It was great getting to meet him and hear his insight.
Maybe the heaviest hands. Maybe the heaviest hands of any guest.
So, a very firm handshake. Yeah.
I mean,
very
he's got a big old strong handshake. Like, I'm talking, you shake hands with Chili and you shake hands with Santana. And I got big hands. Old Paupers, man, his hands.
The Prince and the Pauper, am I right? So did you, again, as much as I'd love to continue to discuss what I have going on, I love the Dells.
No, listen,
We've
Jason,
been there a few times.
I appreciate you saying that. I stopped right away. I didn't give you any more grief.
We've been there several times. It's been great. I know some people think it's kind of kitschy or cheesy, but I'm all in. It's like going back in time. It's making up for the childhood I didn't go there during. I enjoy it. We're going to go there again hopefully sometime this summer. It's fun. So I am pro Dells.
And I'm not going to be whatever here, but
it sounds like you're. That's exactly what you're going to be.
No, it is. I feel like you could use some. I don't want to use the term therapy. There's a lot of stuff going on in your mind about your childhood that I don't. When we had our life,
not
coach
as much
on,
as Homer's. His dad would never come to any of his sporting events.
Yeah, no, and I think there's a way with. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to delve into anymore. It's just
that Homer and I go to some sort of therapy together, like a kind of a couples therapy.
I don't think you need to go anywhere where Homer's going in that regard. I notice when you say a lot of things that there's a lot of stuff that feels like maybe is under the hood of the car of Jason Wilde. And I think maybe seeing a mechanic and, pulling some pipes and maybe putting some fluid in might spur you on to maybe not have the same amount of corrosion that is under from your childhood. I think that's – tell me I'm crazy, but that's what I feel.
Okay, so I appreciate your diagnosis.
This is not going to be our best show ever.
I don't know. We're off to a pretty good start. I would just say this. We are all products of our environments, right? Whether that is good or bad. You
watch Trading Places if you don't remember that. Great example.
Because what we do on this show are timely references. So the 1981 classic Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Well, does it not fit what... Was that not the whole experiment of Trading Places? Environment versus genetic?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would say
Valentine!
Jason, see, the similarities are endless.
There you go.
I would say this. I would say that for the whatever parenting, some would call them shortcomings, some would say overprotective, helicoptery, over-involved, whatever you want to say. And I'm open to, I feel like I'm a pretty open person to discussing things. If that's viewed as an overcorrection by some, I'm okay with that. So when Homer gives me a hard time about, Maddie's got a track meet tonight, that's the conference track meet, I'm not missing it. Sydney plays in a golf tournament tomorrow, I'm not missing it. Is that formulated in part by my own childhood? Probably, right? But I would say you either take what
get busy living or get busy dying.
That's also a good line, yes. By the way, if you want to become a therapist, which I know you have a lot on your plate these days, too.
No, I don't want to become
I don't think is part of the process.
I don't want to be a therapist, though.
Good.
I don't want to be a banker.
You wouldn't be that great at it, yeah. So I would just say that I think you either choose to replicate what you experienced from your own parents, or you choose to go a different direction. And so I think we all make choices. I'm not saying that all my choices have been right, but I feel pretty good about how motivated I am to go about things with our girls in a way. And I know people give me a hard time about talking about the girls all the time. I get it. That's fine. I'm okay with that because I'm not changing. And in the words of Stuart Smalley, I like me. Or maybe that's John Candy in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
It's John Candy.
All right, let's enough with the psychoanalysis of me.
Yeah,
I
couldn't agree more. Hey, this one's on me.
I love the Dells. The Dells.
I apologize. Jason loves the Dells. He's been there twice, and he loves the Dells.
I think 3 times.
The Dells is awesome. I can't believe they keep putting more and more stuff up, and it keeps filling up. Like, it's an amazing place. They are building these monster new spots.
Really?
There used to be 1 spot. Now there's 3, 4 spots. And there's 2 more big boy construction projects going on down there. I won't give free advertising, but there's a steakhouse down there that is
Is it Burger King?
Ice cream. It is not Burger King.
Did see one of those though.
There's one of the old school Denny's right there on the way back to Madison.
They apparently must have ice cream.
Yeah. Well, they do have milkshakes.
I don't think that Denny's is the same as the other Denny's, though. I think it's different.
It's a Denny's.
Oh, is it?
No, it's
I've never been in it.
How can you? If you're a Denny's, you're a Denny's. You can't.
No, I think
trademark issues. You can't have a special Denny's. Like Denny's are Denny's. Okay.
That sounds like a lot of advertising for Denny's. I'm not saying.
Well, they make ice cream.
Grand Slam.
A couple things from yesterday. So, Jason has been very clear that Dorsey Levens has been his favorite Packer to cover. That's one thing. He wishy-washies, and every player is his favorite when they come on the show, and these are my favorite humans. I give him a lot of grief about it. A lot of it's fake. Some of it's true. I actually believe that Dorsey, there's some truth there.
It's Dorsey.
Well, am I right, Jason?
If I had to guess,
so-and-so's my favorite guy. Other than Bill Schrader,
I always say one of
he's my favorite guy.
If I had to guess Jason's Mount Rushmore, it would be Dorsey Levens, Jordy Nelson, you, and Devontae.
Yeah, no, not Jordy Nelson. No.
Really?
I have gotten crushed for me being a Jordy Nelson apologist because I believe what they did to him was wrong.
No, Aaron Rodgers is on Wilkes Mount Rushmore.
No,
he is.
No.
Come on.
No.
He's not.
Come on.
He's not. The problem is...
I disagree. I couldn't disagree
Thank you for telling me what I feel.
Pull that. You know what? Pull that.
Therapist
there is
Mark
no
Tauscher,
way anyone
thank
that
you
Jason...
for your service.
No way anyone has listened to this show for the 9 years, and thank you very much. We've had a lot of A1s from day ones, is what Evan Cohen calls them. And there is not one person that would say that Aaron Rodgers wouldn't be on your Mount Rushmore. Now, I know you're going to say that, but I think we all know.
No.
At least I do.
Again.
I'd be hard-pressed.
Again, and I know that there are going to be people in the YouTube comments or in the
Which one, Milwaukee or Madison?
Twitter sphere that are going to say I'm full of crap, or they're going to say, no, I believe you because of his COVID stance or because he went on McAfee. That is not why. Okay, I will say this. There are certain people that, and I think he's spoken about it now. I think when someone you care about is going through something very difficult like cancer, you find out the people that really care about you, the people that reach out, the people that send flowers, the people that call and check on you, and then you have other people who don't. My Mount Rushmore is Dorsey Levens, Mark Tauscher, Devontae Adams, and Charles Woodson. And I am apologizing. And I'm apologizing to Al Harris because he belongs on there too, and I ran out of spots. So I would actually take 5.
Woodson. Wow.
So, but again, I don't want this to be extrapolated out into, he's going on, because I saw he was on Rogan now. It's got nothing to do with whether he comes on our show or what he feels about certain things.
The reason I brought this up, I didn't really mean for you to delve into 17 different players.
If we're gonna talk, if we're
I
gonna
get
do
it.
that, now you've
Hey,
in
this
14
first segment's
minutes,
on me.
You've gotten
Hey,
analysis
boy.
of my childhood
Hey.
and my relationship
boy,
with the quarterback.
Jesse, I gotta tell you, this is put the L in my column.
It's
this
about
is
time
on me.
you Truman'd up.
But
It's been a while.
I've been Trumaning since Eisenhower,
Since
so don't even
Truman.
get into me on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more of a Herbert Hoover.
The reason I bring this up, because if indeed Dorsey is ahead of me, which I think is crazy, as I've spent 9 years with you, 15 hours a week for the most part, would you not, and Jason, don't chime in yet, Jesse, would you think that if that was the case, and Dorsey Levens is indeed, and by the way, Dorsey was phenomenal. Go back to our ESPN Wisconsin app. It was his drop on Edgar Bennett, and that whole story was, I had never heard it. Just, if you're a Packer fan, you're going to love it. And I'm not just blowing smoke.
Follow us on our social platforms if you haven't yet, because we're going to be sharing some of those clips throughout the next several days, because there was so much to take away from those interviews.
It was good stuff.
Great, best show we've
Jesse,
ever had.
Would you, as a number one Mount Rushmorian, know when someone's birthday is?
Uh-oh.
Because guess who we sang happy birthday to at the event last night?
No.
Guess who we sang happy birthday to at the event last night?
Happy birthday, dear Dorsey.
Happy birthday
Dorsey
to you.
Blanken Levin's birthday, and we had him on for 10, and I know he was distracted. Gilbert was yelling at him.
He was hooting and hollering. Yeah.
I
was a
think
lot.
Jason, and by the way, you are awesome at this. This is one of your strengths. In the old strengths, pros, cons column, pros, you are very mindful of this stuff. Your number one Mount Rushmorian, you didn't wish him a happy birthday on the show?
Yeah, you're right. You're
baby.
You're right.
I don't know, Jimmy.
And here's what bothers me. I have, because this is, you accurately depict my belief system. I have his birth. I'm looking at it right now. I have his birthday. I have your birthday. I have Sarah's birthday. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have Jesse's birthday. I have all these birthdays in my phone, and I think what happened was I got the alert that said it's so-and-so and 2 other people's birthdays yesterday.
Oh, too many
and
birthday
I never
wishes
clicked on it. And hey, guilty as charged.
Yeah, big L.
It's a huge L, indeed.
Mike,
I love
God,
a
I
good
have taken a lot of
that
shrapnel
starts
lately. Holy
with
cats.
Tausch is wrong as usual. By the way, not only Mike the wedding DJ, but I've got a message here from Pipe Jim. I've got several people in the YouTube comments. Tausch is wrong as usual.
Thanks, Mike. Man.
It is Denny's Diner in Wisconsin Dells. I passed by it Sunday night. It has nothing to do with the Denny's chain of restaurants.
All right, Mike. Hey,
Pipe
you might
Jim with
be
the
right.
same message, almost verbatim.
Denny's is Denny's.
Pipe Jim, you might be right. I would love to see some trademark legislation here to see who's really right, if you know what I mean.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, what do you mean? What does it mean? It looks like Denny's.
Who's
it's
really
a Denny's.
right?
You want to see the
And now
court
it's
case Denny's versus
Diner?
Denny's?
So if I went and called a certain arch place and I called it blank Diner, no, the same name, not Dennis's Diner, it's Denny's. If I said blank Diner and I served French fries and milkshakes and burgers and nuggies, you're telling me that's all right?
All right, so a couple things. First of all, Denny's Diner is the full name of the restaurant, as opposed to just Denny's, which there is a Denny's in the Dells as well. It's by the hotel we stayed at the last time we
That's
stayed there.
confusing.
I forgot you're Mr. Dells now. I forgot about that. That's true. Jason Dells, they call him.
I'm having
the
quite
Jason
a
and the
day.
Dells.
I
bet retired Navy fella's having a great time.
So I'm
tweeting
looking
it. He's got 15 hearts up with Wilde on it today.
I'm looking at a photo of Denny's Diner. For starters, at no point, they also, on their awning, it says famous cinnamon rolls. So they've got my attention there. I love a good cinnamon roll. There's no way you're confusing it for like a knockoff Denny's. Their logo looks completely different. Their architecture looks completely different. It doesn't look like a Denny's.
It looks
I'm
like a
looking
roadside
at the photo.
diner, which is what Denny's is. Denny's is a diner.
Denny's is an IHOP. It's a Perkins. It's these quick breakfasty places that are chains. This is clearly not a chain. Clearly.
All right, try calling one of your other spots and just throw the word diner behind it and act like it's a totally different deal. And let's see how the legislation goes.
Okay. All right. How long do you think Denny's Diner has been around?
I have no clue. At least 20 years.
According to Denny'sDiner.com, it was founded in 1980.
Okay.
I don't know how long the Denny's chain has been around, but I don't know how long they've had a location in the Dells either. So
is this their only location?
This is the only Denny's Diner.
Just got a call off air from Jerry in Brookfield who says Denny's Diner in the Dells has the best breakfast he's ever had.
Huh.
So I smell a remote opportunity.
I feel like the new shtick for me now is I am going to just put anything I really like. And I'm going to say I'm just going to put diner on the end of it. You can't do anything about it. That's what I think I'm going to do.
Buck and Honey's Diner.
Yeah, I'm sure Tommy would love that. Hey, guys, as Mike the DJ said and Pipe Jim, I'm wrong, but am I? Am I?
You're not wrong when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, though.
Yeah, I'm not even going to joke about that because there is no better time to upgrade your windows and doors than right now. Because Pella's offering up to 6 years of 0% financing. You can set up your free in-home consultation. You commit to nothing at this point. They're going to listen to your vision, suggest the Pella materials and customizations that will make it a reality. Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Certain restrictions do apply. This deal ends May 31st. So visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
Gee, I wonder if we'll get to Bryan Bulaga on time, and I wonder if he's interested in having his childhood discussed in a psychological manner. We'll have to wait to see. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
At Metro Ford of Madison, they sell vehicles that are built in America for America. This month, enjoy their You Pay What We Pay sale. The 2024 Ford Mach-E offers 0% APR financing for 72 months. $13.89 cost per $1,000 borrowed. The 2024 Ford F-150 is available with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months. $16.47 per $1,000 borrowed. Bonus cash available on XLT and SXT models. All offers available to qualified credit. Browse their inventory at MetroFordOfMadison.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mark Tauscher here for Kohler Services. Well, if you've been putting off your bath or shower remodel, now's the time to turn to Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer, providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and no interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a star-studded group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 6th through the 8th with an exciting team competition and a new tournament home at TPC Wisconsin. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Megan Maroney with special guest Clint Black on Friday, June 6th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Steinhaufel's biggest Memorial Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $50 instant cash back for every $499 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premium delivery on everything. And take advantage of Steinhaufel's 60-month 0% financing. Plus, get amazing doorbusters. Steinhaufel's is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaufels.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit StoughtonHealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
This is our crew.
At the track, at the wall, jumped up. Jackson Chario brought it back. Oh, Jackson!
Hear the sound of summer right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball.
I say go, baby, go, go, go.
All right, so I want to get to Bulaga, so let's make this quick. Why are you siding with Big Breakfast and not supporting the local establishment?
I am not.
It's anti-brand. It's not you.
I'm genuinely surprised that this wasn't what I thought. And I appreciate guys on Twitter and on your phone responding and educating me on it. I wanted to be educated. To me, it looks like an old school Denny's. It did, and it's not. So I am now going to put my support behind this diner, and I'm also going to start finding places I really like and hopefully finding someone to just put diner behind it and reset. because I think it's fun. I think this could be a fun little shtick for me.
Do you have any right now off the top of your head? Like Gina Della's Diner?
I don't want to just kind of jump in, but there's some spots I enjoy that I'll maybe figure out if we can't dinerize it up a little bit.
Okay, well, when you open these locations, make sure you have Kohler Services handle the bathroom design, because we have a winner of the big contest, I believe.
Oh, awesome. We going to put it up, or when are we announcing that?
I don't know. That's why I didn't want to say anything out of school beyond saying we have a winner.
I feel like you brought it up.
It's your contest.
I know, but you don't think I'm going to ask a follow-up if you said that there's a winner?
I thought you might know, because it's your contest.
This is also my bad. I haven't been in here since we got the winner announced to us, and I haven't uploaded the photo yet.
I'm still trying to figure out what Jesse was doing in the Dells yesterday. Like, I'm still trying to figure that piece
There
of
was
it out.
free breakfast,
but I'm not figuring out
wishing Dorsey Levens a happy birthday.
If you need a remodel, I know exactly where you need to go. You need to go to Kohler Service. If you've been putting off that shower or bath remodel, the time is now to turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer that provides care for life. And this month only, you get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel. No interest financing for 12 months. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation, always included. Again, it's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Bryan Bulaga time. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is our crew.
12 stolen bases on the year. There he goes. Pitch is high. Throw it is second. Is right on the back. They got him. Oh, wow.
You're listening to Madison's new home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Your Pella experience starts with a free in-home consultation.
It was a really comfortable kitchen table chat. We knew Pella was going to get it right the first time, and they designed a project with us. They didn't just replace our windows and doors.
There are so many options that are available, so it was nice to have someone narrow those down, and they made sure that the design was what we wanted.
Don't wait. Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2025.
Carbless ready-to-drink cocktails are here for your flawless summer. Hey, it's Brad Nortman. Drinking Carbless and watching the crew is already a win, but now that combination is about to get a whole lot better. Carbless is offering you a sweet night at the ballpark. Your chance to win 14 tickets with food and drinks included to the July 26th game is just one shopping trip away. From now until the end of May, head to your local retailer and scan the QR code to register for your chance to win this amazing prize. A flawless summer night at the ballpark awaits.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no one undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Bryan Bulaga on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Surfside. Surfside iced tea and vodka and Surfside lemonade and vodka. It's light, refreshing, and has 0 bubbles. It's perfect for a day on the golf course or a day at American Family Field. Cheers to Surfside.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in.
Welcome to Denny's Psychological Center, where our therapist Tausch walks you through your childhood and interrupts you while you discuss it.
And makes you an omelet.
Our next patient is Bryan Bulaga. Blue, good morning. Thanks for joining us on a Thursday. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, now that Tausch has gotten to the bottom of all of my deepest, darkest psychological issues, I'm great. I've never felt mentally healthier. So I'm excited to talk with you. I am here to suggest that the Green Bay Packers, which I intended to get to, instead we discussed my childhood and why I am the way I am, which is a long conversation, were put in a really bad spot by the NFL. I had some text conversations with several people around the league who confirmed what I already knew, which was
Schneider.
The league asked them to put this proposal forward. It's also worth noting that the Detroit Lions team president, Rod Wood, came out and acknowledged publicly on the record that Troy Vincent called him the week of the Lions-Vikings game in Week 18 after Amon-Ra St. Brown had spoken out saying it's ridiculous that the loser of this game is not going to get a home playoff game, and said that Amon-Ra St. Brown made a good point, and would they be interested in partnering in a proposal to change the seeding system? So apparently the NFL has teams bring proposals that they'd like to talk about, and they just ask them to do them a solid to put them out there. Unfortunately for the Packers, the one that they were asked to do lost. Got more votes, 22, but didn't get the 24 they needed, and now the Philadelphia Eagles are on a victory tour, doing their happy dance, and can't wait to shove it up their tushes when they come to town on November 10th. Bryan Bulaga, your overall thoughts on the outcome of the tush push?
Yeah, I mean, it is a interesting scenario, right? I mean, I think I read an article this morning that, I mean, I'm sure you're referring to the same thing that the NFL essentially put them up to because they don't have an owner, I think is kind of the article that I read. And that no one can get mad.
Channel3000.com, I'm sure, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was something of that nature. Maybe it was that exact article. That essentially no one can get mad at the Packers because they don't have an owner, so they can't specifically get mad at a certain owner because of that or whatever it may be. But I mean, the tush push is, I mean, at least for another year, going to be around. I'm sure the Eagles, when they come to town, are going to run it like 15 times just to like, really rub our noses in it, which is going to be funny. But it is what it is, man. Like it is a boring play. It is kind of monotonous, but 22, you needed 24, and that's what it is. But it is funny how the league, calls around looking for teams to like do their bidding. Like that's really funny how they do. Like that's interesting to me. Like teams don't do it on their own. The league calls to entice teams to do it. Like that's interesting to me. But I don't know. Like to me, it's a boring play. I understand like people that like are a fan of it call the teams that aren't a fan of it soft and this and that. But like it's just not. I don't know. Maybe I apparently. I'm in the majority because 22 out of the, I'm in the majority, but I'm not in the super majority. I'm not the super majority because I needed 2 more teams to be in the super majority.
Listen to you. It's like having Wolf Blitzer on the show.
Yeah, you need 24 to be the super majority, but I don't know, man. Like maybe next year it gets brought up again, and maybe you need a team with an owner to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe you need a team with an owner to do it so that other owners get behind it. I don't know. But it's another year of the same old. And that's the way it's got to be.
Yeah, Blue, I hope that this thing goes down. It's a playoff game, and Philadelphia is at the 1-yard line. And whoever they're playing, if it's Green Bay, if it's Washington – I hope they just keep jumping offsides over and over and over and over again, and they are forced to award a touchdown, and that's the difference in the game. Because then all this foolishness ends. And that's what they were trying to be preempted. They didn't do it. Because if I'm now on defense, I'm jumping the snap count constantly. And if I get them to flinch, they lose 5 yards. If not, I'll sit here and do this all blanking day. I'll just keep doing it all blanking day. And I'll bore you to death, and our audience will be there. So this should have been the moment that they were proactive and said, we're not going to do it. They decided to punt, which is fine. But now I really hope that this happens because you didn't take the stand that you needed to, and you let Jason Kelsey come in there and lobby, and he got it done. And it is not a fun play. It's not an entertaining play. And I hope this happens. You gonna join my club?
Yeah, I mean, what I find interesting is that going to be what it takes is for them to be awarded a touchdown for a non-play, essentially. Like, is that what it is going to take for this thing to get flipped? Is for fan bases, or essentially, really, what it's going to take is for Vegas to get mad when a touchdown gets awarded on a non-play and something gets flipped in that nature.
Or Rockford.
Or Rockford. Or Rockford.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoever sets these lines. Whoever sets
Denny's.
these lines, right? Yeah. Whoever sets
Denny's
these
Diner.
lines. But because like that was the thing in that Washington game last year that really caught my attention is when Hockley came on and said, I can award a touchdown if this happens again.
God,
it's like, what do you mean you could? What do you mean you can award a touchdown if this happens again? Like that, and if that actually happens, then that's going to spark it. So like, yeah, I hope that does happen. So that sparks the change because like the minute that happens, that's when NFL fans, that's when owners are actually going to go, yeah, you just can't award touchdowns for penalties. Like that can't happen.
Yeah.
Well, that was the overarching story yesterday, and the Packers' name was all over it, which I understand they got the draft. Homer's theory is that Goodell called in a chip is it a chit or a chip? A marker because they got the draft. But I thought another thing was really interesting. I watched the entirety of Kay Adams' interview with Matt LaFleur, and I learned that Romeo Doubs is there. So there's one less piece of drama that I can allegedly stir up with the Packers. I do want to ask you this, Brian, because I am I feel like I'm a very positive person. But I also, because I'm a reporter, I do tend, don't roll your eyes at me over there in the lower left corner. I do have a healthy dose of skepticism.
I didn't put myself on the video. Okay.
Oh, you didn't know you were on the video when you were rolling your eyes at me? Okay, that makes it okay. So Matt LaFleur with Kay Adams very much talking very, very positively about the dynamic in the wide receiver room. Oh, Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs. I was going to go correct something. Now he's yawning. Take Tausch off the video. Just put me and Bulaga on, please. Jaden Reed and Romeo Dobbs pulling Matthew Golden aside and giving him pointers. LaFleur was going to go give Matthew Golden a coaching point, and he stopped because Romeo Dobbs was already giving him on a Dover route, which I don't know what that is. But he's selling this angle. My question for you, Bryan, is that having been in these team position rooms, should I swallow what he's putting out there whole, or should I consider that maybe this is spin?
Swallow what you're putting out whole?
I didn't know you were even taking part in this anymore, okay?
I'm here, baby.
Go away.
And I don't love your analogy.
You got his attention with that line.
He did. He sat up from looking at his phone.
You're talking about.
Should I be?
Whoa, Nelly! No, I'm with you, Jesse. I'd whoa Nelly too.
I've been distracted now. Should I listen to what he's saying and believe him or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a everything's going to be hunky dory in the off season, right? Like, and I think there is to buy that right now. Yeah, I mean, I would believe that right now for sure that there's good cohesion and the older guys are helping the young guys right now in this period in the off season, and they're helping Golden kind of learn the routes and do those types of things. And yeah, I mean, to me, that would be something that I would for sure expect older guys to do. I mean, it was something that we always did in our room, help younger guys out with footwork or with plays or calls and things like that. Like, that's how you try to help guys get up to speed so that when you get to camp, you're not doing this over again, right? Because once you get to camp, re-explaining these things and going over these things again, like, you don't have time to do, like, sure, you can like explain it to them in a meeting room again, but like to go over these things in detail again, like on the practice field, you don't have time to do it. Like, you're hopping from one thing to the next and things are flying a lot faster at you. So like, this would be the time to do it. And once you're into camp, you're competing for time. You're competing for reps. You're competing for, who's going to get the most percentage of snaps on game day and things of that. Like, who's going to be the starting X or the Y, or who's going to be here. Like, you're not worried about if Golden understands the Dover route. You know what I mean? Jane Reed knows the Dover route. Dobbs knows the Dover route. They want to be out there. They want to know, they want to get that ball thrown to them. So, like, they're helping them now, as they should. I mean, that's what the veteran guys are there for. But once this thing starts going, Golden and these young guys, they got to be ready to go. They got to be up to speed on it, and they got to do their own homework. And part of that, too, is watching the older guys and learning from them and not just picking their brain and talking to them, but watching them do it. I mean, being a young guy, like, how I learned a lot was watching Tausch, watching Cliffy, because I got to sit behind them, obviously, as they were practicing and watch. You'd hear the play and you would watch. And that's how you pick up a lot of things and learn things. And if you're not able to do that, you're like, it's so cliche, like the mental reps, but it's true. Like, you have to get mental reps when you're not out there so that you understand what you're supposed to be doing when you're not taking the actual physical rep. And that's the biggest part of being a young guy, is take the physical rep, take the mental rep, and then be able to go execute it.
So we had...
Yeah, and I think, Jason, and just to kind of pound down to what Bryan was just saying, I think there's the beginning part of it where you're very understanding. I want to help these guys. You want them to know what the heck they're doing. And you want to be a better player, But once you see that, hey, they're grasping and they're just wanting to learn more or wanting to get better, you're all in. And you can also see the flip side of that. If they're not doing it and they're doing it a different way, or they're doing it however, older players will say, all right, well, hey, man, you do you. You do what you think is best. And then there's, the little disconnect. And that happens too. And most of the time when that happens, you don't hear about a guy having a long career. Like, that's typically how this thing goes. And that happens more often than you'd probably think.
I just thought it was interesting when and by the way, per the Cambridge Dictionary, the saying swallow something whole means to accept something without questioning, doubting, or criticizing it. So perhaps you could have swallowed my use of the term swallowed whole and not criticized or questioned it because it was correct. Now, moving forward.
I don't know if I really want you even bringing in the word swallow in.
If you're gonna choose to go to the gutter, that's fine. You just go there.
You went to the gutter, and I didn't go to the gutter.
I used the phrase that is in the dictionary.
I went to the gutter.
Brian,
Gutter City.
Yesterday, we talked with Robert Brooks, who was a wide receiver, obviously, in Green Bay before your time. May have even, I got to check your birthday, and maybe even before you were born when he started his career. But he said that basically Sterling Sharp was a jerk, right? Is that a fair description? Did nothing to help him, did nothing to mentor him, had no interest in...
I think everybody, and you, not at your point, but I think all local beat writers would probably have things to say about that too. The fact that they went to the same school 4 or 5 years later, and there wasn't much give and take. Like, nobody's sitting there saying you need to be like, going over to their house and breaking bread. But I found that very interesting that there was non-communicado. But in fairness, he also mentioned, and this is what Brian just said, it's about watching. And Sterling Sharp, he's a Hall of Famer. One of the all-time greats, really started the trend of this 100 catches a season guy. Sterling was one of the first, if my memory serves me. I was still surprised that there was no communicado between the two.
So the reason I brought it up is because, obviously Tausch did do things to help you with your development, even though you were only there 1 year together, and then you paid it forward. And what I garnered from Robert Brooks was that he tried to, kind of like me with my childhood, if we want to harken back to that, tried to do things differently than the way Sterling Sharp did. So he paid it forward to Freeman, and Freeman paid it forward to Driver, and on and on and on. I have always, as I said yesterday, I've always been fascinated by guys' willingness to do this. I know you did this with Bakhtiari and that crew. What allows that to work? Because in some instances, it is counterproductive to your success, right? If you wanted to be a selfish person, like it seems like Sterling Sharp was, you would not help people, and it may not help the team, but it might help you keep your job. Why does that system work in your mind?
Yeah, I think personally, first of all, like Tausch did say, it is up to the guy to accept that help. Like, that is the first thing, right? Like, sometimes guys don't want to accept that help. I've seen that in the O-line room a bunch. Guys want to go do their own thing, and, well, this is what I learned in college, and this is what works. And, okay, well, that's fine. You do you do what you want, and that's fine. And then there's guys that are willing to listen and learn and adapt. And because at the end of the day, right, like, there's a chance, at least I always thought this, and the way the offensive line always was, there's a really good chance that guy probably is going to be playing. Like, there's a good, like, most likely the way offensive line rooms work, and like, you have a pretty good understanding of guys and their contracts and who's a good player and who has a real opportunity and things like you have a really pretty good idea who's going to be playing. Like, you want to make sure that person is ready to go and that they are able to contribute and play at a high level. And you can only control what you can control with yourself, right? Like, say David being good. Yeah, sure. That meant that David being good at left tackle meant that I wasn't going to be back there, but that didn't mean that me going back to right, I had to be a stink right tackle, right? Like, that didn't mean that me going back to right tackle, I had to play bad. Like, I can only control going back there and being a solid player. Like, go back and be a solid player at right tackle and do a good job there. And so making sure that guys are performing at a high level or helping those guys perform at a high level, to me, that's just being a good teammate, right? Like, helping guys do their own thing. Like, no, you can't play the position for them, but if there's little tips and tricks that you can help, them be successful, might as well just help them out with it, right? Like, and that to me is the easiest thing you can do as a veteran. You're not teaching them how to play. They know how to play already, right? Like, it's just giving them little pointers that can help them out along the way to make their life a little easier. And as Tausch said, if they're willing to accept that, great. It probably will help them down the road. If not, okay, do it your way. But most likely, you're gonna be out the door.
Yeah, and I think Bryan brought that this part of it up. I can only speak for myself, but I think most guys, especially as you're getting older, it's kind of cool. Like, you know where you're at. You know at some point this thing's going to end. I think when you can have someone that Josh sitting for me, like, guys that that you've helped, that lasts a lot longer than your playing career. And it is a highly competitive deal, but it is really cool when you see, and even if there's just a little something that you helped and the guy comes and says, man, I appreciate what you did, that's pretty dang cool too.
But you have to be secure in let's be honest here. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, that was not the dynamic, right? It was more like Sterling Sharp,
I think initially,
at least the first 2 years.
Initially it wasn't, but I do think, and it was more watching, if you watched how that relationship continued to unfold, obviously it ended in a very sloppy way. But it wasn't, I think, that's just a different animal. Quarterback's different. There's more ego, but I don't think, obviously it was different. It was just different, but I think if you asked Aaron Rodgers, he learned a heck of a lot and took a lot of both the good and what not to do on the bad side of it, and that helped him have the career that he's had.
And he was better with love as a result as well. All right, Bryan, we got another segment with you, whether you like it or not. More with Bryan Bulaga. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Bucks.
There's going to be no city that loves Giannis as much as he's beloved here.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
The story of him walking around without a winter jacket and somebody picked him up and brought him to the Bucks practice facilities. Like, that will never happen anywhere else.
Madison's home of the Bucks. 100.5 ESPN.
Steinhaufel's biggest Memorial Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $50 instant cash back for every $499 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premium delivery on everything. And take advantage of Steinhaufel's 60-month 0% financing. Plus, get amazing doorbusters. Steinhaufel's is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaufels.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Mark your calendars. Wisconsin football dropping 2026 season opener details. Bucky continues their Shamrock Series with Notre Dame. The site, Lambeau Field. The date, Sunday, September 6th. Wisconsin makes its first Green Bay appearance since 2016. The Badgers upsetting LSU that year. The catalyst to a run to the Big Ten title game and a Cotton Bowl victory. A chance at revenge after the Fighting Irish claimed the 2021 matchup 41-13. Also a face-off for Luke Fickell with his former Bearcats coordinator, Marcus Freeman.
Don't wait to upgrade your windows and doors, because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Take your game to the next level with Vortex Golf. This employee-owned brand out of Wisconsin brings you premium rangefinders like the Blade, Blade Slope, and the Anarch, packed with features like image stabilization, pin spotter mode, and rock-solid accuracy. Backed by a legendary no-questions-asked VIP lifetime warranty and unmatched customer service, Vortex has you covered. Ready to upgrade your gear? Visit maplehillgolf.com and search Vortex to see the full lineup. Vortex Golf, you can bet on it.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and lease a 2025 Honda Civic Sport for as low as $260 per month. Or browse their vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hey Wisconsin, it's your pal Donald Driver here. For 10 years, I've been working with the Wisconsin DOT to get everyone to wear their seatbelt. And it's working. Nearly 90% of Wisconsin drivers buckle up, which makes me want to say to the ones who don't, come on, man. If you don't wear your seatbelt, you're going nowhere fast. Buckle up. If you don't, it can cost you money or a lot worse. Click it or ticket, and let's work together to save lives. Take my driving safety quiz at zeroinwisconsin.gov.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Bo here from Ridgetop Exteriors. Southern Wisconsin got hit hard with hail recently. If your home took a beating, now's the time to take action. We've been delivering top quality roofing, siding, and window services locally for over 23 years. With free damage assessments and insurance experts on staff, we've been your licensed, local, and trusted contractor since day one. Don't wait until small damage becomes a big problem. Turn to Ridgetop Exteriors today. RidgetopExteriors.com. That's RidgetopExteriors.com.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County, our crowd is second to none. You might not know them here in this big city we're in, but when I go back home, I've got some famous friends. Yeah, I do. My buddy Jason, he's a sheriff.
Continuing with our famous friend Bryan Bulaga. God, this is... I can't thank you enough because I thought because we pushed you that we might not have you this week. And this is the highlight of my week. Now I get to talk to you twice today, right? Because you're on Homer later as well. I do want to get back to something that I have asked you a little bit about lately with the offensive line room. Now that you've had more time to think about this, I have been talking to a few other people whose opinions I trust. Because I never played in the NFL. I know that comes as a surprise to people. I am struggling to balance the value of being told, hey, we believe in you, you're an important part of what we do, we trust you, you're appreciated here in any job, including the NFL, with, you're going to have to compete to keep your job, we might not give it to you anymore. I have been struggling with that because I don't want to write a story that criticizes the competition concept, right? Because that's what the game is all about. At the same time, I heard Matt LaFleur say it again in his interview with Kay Adams, just talking about how competition, it is the word he uses the most. Like Mike McCarthy used the word positive, he uses the word competition. When you look back, has there ever been an instance, not necessarily with you as a player, but with guys that were around you, say, I don't know, Josh Nijman, the example that jumps out with what Steno said a couple years ago about him, that competition did not bring out the best in people, And is there value in that, too, in finding out that they're not up for the challenge?
Yeah, like the what's happening in that O-line room right now is unique. Why it's unique is because pretty much every year I played there, right? Maybe it was different for Tausch, but maybe there was a year like maybe when Lane first got his first year starting. Maybe there was a competition when Lane Taylor, when he first started his first year, maybe he was competing for that spot. But that was one position that was up for battle. But there was a pretty good idea of who was going to win that, right? Like it was pretty well known. But this is the first time, like you're looking at, 1 to 2 to potentially 3. I still don't buy the Zach Tom thing. Like I'm sorry, like I'm not there with that. Like I can't. I'm not buying it. Like I'm just.
I'll join that club.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't buy that. So like if you look at
Blue,
it,
Blue, we both don't agree. Or I mean, we agree that we don't buy it. Why would they do it then?
That's what my question was about to be. Thank you.
Well, you didn't ask them. Thank you.
I feel like I've talked too much.
I think it's got to be some type of. I think it's a motivational thing. I have to believe it some way, shape, or form. I will put it this way: being around Steno and being around Butkus, they're good motivators. And one way or another, how they do it, Steno had no problem calling out veterans. He did it all the time in the meeting room. He did it. I mean, he's done it to me. He's done it to Bach. I mean, he had no problem doing it. I think guys respected him for it because it was never out of line, right? Like it was never like for no reason, right? Like it was never like, well, why would you, I didn't do anything. Why are you calling me out? Like what was the point of that? So there's always a reason for something is what I'm getting at is Steno's very good at those types of things, right? Like he's a good motivator is essentially what I'm getting at. And the messaging obviously is followed up by Butkus as well, right? Obviously the offensive line coach. So like, I really don't think that it's like I think there's a competition there. I think it's a motivational piece because I still look at the room and I'm wondering who is going to push Zach Tom out of that spot. And if someone does push him out of that spot, is Zach Tom going to be standing next to Coach Butkus on the sideline? I don't see it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So like,
he won't be.
That's what I'm saying. So like, there's not a world that happens in. So like, to me, it's a motivational thing. I think as Zach, Jason, I read your article, as Zach Tom said in that article, the way he finished was not the best way, right? Like it was not in up to his standard. And I think that's the way Steno and probably Butkus and LaFleur feel as well, right? It wasn't up to par. And this is just a little bit of a motivational piece, right? And I think they feel about that about the entire offensive line as a whole. And that's why, as Tausch has said a bunch, why a lot of these moves were made in general, right? Like that's why a lot of these things happened.
Do you get the impression that he needs that, though?
I was just going to ask. They must know how Zach Tom approaches things, and they know he's going to respond because the last thing you want to do is do this, and then Zach Tom pouts and then put him back in the lineup. So you have to have trust that you know who this guy is, or you don't do this. Because there's no doubt if you text Steno right now, Blue,
could be wrong.
It said Zach Tom's going to be your starting right tackle against the Detroit Lions on Sunday afternoon, and it's just between you and me.
And if
I'm
you
not
don't
going to say it
reply,
on
I'll assume
the great
that he is.
show Wilde and Tausch or the Homer Hour. He would say, "Yeah, no, he's going to be the right tackle." Like, he's going to say that. So he has to know that Zach Tom's going to respond the way he hopes, or you don't do this.
Or you're wrong. Let's not. We have to at least allow for the possibility that
who are they
you
putting
could
in there? Let's say they're wrong, Jason.
Anthony Belton.
Where are they going?
Anthony Belton.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He's a project.
You guys
They've all
both
said
played
he's a
as
project,
rookies.
Jason.
You guys played
They've
as
said
rookies?
he's a project.
My point is that Zach Tom does not strike me as the kind of Cletus Hunt, who was before your time, strikes me as the guy you have to motivate. Zach Tom played his ass off after tearing his pec, admitted that he wasn't the player that he wants to be. Does he really strike you as the kind of guy that needs a fire lit under his ass? That's what I'm asking.
Listen, I'm not in the building. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I don't know what
I know.
happened. I don't know what happens in the room. I don't know Zach Tom personally. Love him as a player, but I don't know him personally. I don't know those interactions, right? Like, I don't know how that goes. But the thing, like, listen, Belton may turn out to be a great player, but here's the thing. The guy started how many games at left tackle? Like 4 years worth, right?
Yeah, right. 38, something like that. Yep.
So if you think he's going to go out there and switch to right tackle and just go do it, let me tell you from experience, it is not easy. And if you're going to go do that and just go throw him out there right away, he ain't beating Zach Tom out. It's just not. It's just not happening. Like, it's just not. So, like, that's not going to happen. Like, it's so to me, there's only one way to look at this thing, and that's the way I see it. Again, I don't know Zach Tom personally. He seems like a guy that does all the right things. He seems like a very highly motivated guy. But like how coaches do things, and me being around. I mean, obviously, I was around Steno for a year, and I still talk to him every now and again, and in group chats. We don't talk about these types of things. Obviously, this is business. How they're going about this. Our texts are more off-color things,
Right.
are way different.
So
But,
you
like,
said this is business. You just said this is business. So
yeah,
then
these
let
are
me ask
business.
let me
This
ask
is work, right?
question.
Like,
So because I have a hard time, not only based on his personality and my interactions with him and what other people have said about him, he's in a contract year.
Mm-hmm.
What player on the planet isn't motivated in a contract year? Plus, he was a 4th-round pick. It's not like he's got a bunch of first-round money even. So the idea that you have to motivate him and have him react like Scott Wells did when the Packers disrespected him and he was all fire and brimstone. Again, I don't
You would have
understand
loved
it.
to seen Wellesley after he got cut. Oh, was he a treat to be around? Wow.
Oh, man.
He was fun.
I can't even fathom that. Listen, Jason, I wish I could tell. Like, that's again, that's why those comments or the direction with the Zach Tom thing is throwing me off, like, completely. Like, that's why I don't really have a great answer for it, because I look at the roster, or at least that room, and I don't see a replacement for him. So, like, with that being said, I don't understand where they're coming from with that. I'm okay with competition. I am. They brought in Jason Spriggs in what was that 2015 or 16?
Yeah,
okay,
I think 2016.
They brought in Spriggs in 2016,
and you cooked him.
To compete with Dave or because Dave was in a contract year that year as well, right? So, like, you expect those things to happen, right? You expect, and Spriggs was a 2nd-round pick. You expect those things to happen, right? You have to just be ready to compete no matter what. You know, the same thing with, Zach Tom right now and what's going on at left tackle. You just have to be ready for it. But that doesn't mean that those things are actually going to happen, right? Like, that's just the coaches right now looking at their roster and their depth in that room, saying there's going to be competition. And there is legitimate competition at multiple spots, which we understand. But that is not, to me, one of the spots that there's going to be serious change at. Like, it just, I don't see that. Because if there is change at that spot and he is not the one there, I don't know where he is then. I mean, I don't understand where he goes.
legit, if he loses out, and again, I think I feel like in August we're going to be looking back, and Jesse, mark this tape. We're going to say we were idiots for even entertaining this.
But
the comments are the comments.
We're not right.
Jason, the comments are the comments. What I'm saying is, if Zach Tom is beaten out in August, he should go in and say, trade me, because I can start for 31 other teams. Period, Finn.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't happening, Captain. I don't know the why. I normally have a pretty good idea on the why. I don't know if this is my guess is it was because the way the season finished. I think Goody has been very clear with his approach. He didn't like the way the O-line closed, and everybody is on notice. Yep. Everybody. And Banksy was the chip that said, y'all are on notice, except for old 65. That's what they said. And now we'll see.
Yeah, that's never been said before to this. 65
Amen.
Not on notice. Bryan, it's always great, man. Thanks for making time for us today. We appreciate you.
No problem, guys. Take it easy.
I still don't understand why Steno said what he said, but hey, I think you're right, Tausch. I think ultimately this summer will be like, why did we waste that oxygen? And it's going to be because of the way he said it. That's going to be why.
Well, and especially, Jason, there is a legit, and I can't wait, that left tackle battle is going to be fun. Is
right.
Jordan Morgan elevated to make this a run? Because we all thought that battle would be last year, and that was a TKO on day 2.
Right.
The guy never even took reps.
Yeah.
Buster Douglas took a beating before he knocked Tyson out.
Michael Spinks,
Forget about
91
that.
seconds.
Spinksy was the bam.
You mentioned yes.
How
indeed.
much
I still
money do
can't
you
believe
got
said
to
that.
get paid to sign you getting knocked out of your mind? And is that Johnny Cochran behind Tyson's shoulder?
I don't know.
Jesse, is
Maybe.
that?
We'll have to look at the larger version of the photo. In the meantime, tell us about the AmFam Championship where we'll be together in a little over a week. Maybe we can
It's coming down the pipe. American Family Insurance Championship returns to Madison, but there are 2 new exciting changes this year. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts the PGA Tour Champions event June 6th through the 8th. We're going to be out there on the 8th. I love Friday. It is one of my favorite weekends of the summer, and summer hadn't even started, and it's going to be at its new home at the TPC Wisconsin. AmFam Champ also debuts a new team competition this year. 2-person teams will compete in a best ball and scramble format. The American Family Insurance Championship is June 6th through the 8th. Get details and ticket info at amfamchampionship.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch kicks off in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
April showers bring May savings at Metro Kia of Madison. Get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Kia Sportage, $17.48 cost for $1,000 borrowed. The 25 Kia Sorrento is also available for 1.9% APR for 60 months, $17.48 cost per $1,000. All new vehicles from Metro Kia Madison come with 2 years, no charge maintenance, and a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Browse their inventory at metrokiamadison.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Did you miss any of the great special guests who joined Wilde and Tausch yesterday? Some Packers legends at the Tellurian Celebrity Golf Tournament, including Super Bowl champion running back Dorsey Levens, quarterback Don Majkowski, and Packers Hall of Fame wide receiver Robert Brooks, who said this about the competition going on right now in the Packers wide receiver room.
Those guys are playmakers. I just think they've been trying to spread the ball a little too much. You got to have a guy that when we get in these moments, he's going to get an opportunity to make a play, and we're going to win and lose with that guy. Okay, and I don't think they've done that. I think they're trying to spread the ball around a lot. And, when you got a young quarterback, you kind of want to do that. You don't want him to have too much of a crutch, but you got to give him a crutch sometimes.
Robert Brooks yesterday on Wilde and Tausch. Find the full interview available on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. One other Packers note, Jordan Love scheduled to throw out the first pitch on Memorial Day at American Family Field at the Brewers game against the Boston Red Sox. Brewers visit the Pirates tonight at 5 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I'm trying a new pair of shoes. They make me much taller. It's completely messed up my camera angle.
Got some heels?
Yes. No, they're these. I'm really excited about them. There's some new Air Maxes that I got on Poshmark. The 10 o'clock hour.
So does that mean they're used?
I mean, theoretically, but I don't think they were. I think they were purchased and never worn. You want to see them?
Used shoes.
Max needs. Well, why you I don't think you make me take my shoes off when I come to your house, but then you're wearing your shoes flouting around the house.
Well, look, there's no dirt on the bottom.
It's a good looking pair of shoes.
Packers colors.
That's a nice pair of shoes. Yeah.
You a Packers fan?
I didn't know you were a Packers fan.
Different team that has the similar colors and their facilities
that's
are
a
in
Packers shoe right
similar
there.
region. Yeah.
Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor. That's it.
Oh, the Baylor Bears.
Sick 'em.
Wilde's a Bears fan, huh?
Sick 'em. Yeah, sick 'em. Tausch, I appreciate you and Bryan educating me. I'm not going to write that story because I don't know how the heck to write it.
I'm scared about that smoke. You don't want none of that smoke.
No, I don't think it's that. It's that, it's just not a concept I understand. I feel like there's a fine line between, hey, you always have to compete for your job, and you always have to do good work. I feel like, again, I understand that the NFL is not comparable to most other jobs, but I think in general, everyone feels if they're good at what they do, feels an internal pressure to do a good job and not be complacent. I mean, for whatever job this is, right? It is not the hardest job in America. We are really lucky to do what we do. But I don't get complacent. I don't want to be lazy. I don't want, because I have that same imposter syndrome, concern about being replaced as anybody else does. And so I don't get complacent. But I don't think Zach Tom has shown any evidence of complacency. And I will ask Steno the next time I can talk to him privately, hey, help me understand what this is, because I don't get it.
Yeah. I like that. Are you, when will you be able to talk to players? Because not only Zach Tom, but Sheed Walker, Sean Ryan, all three of those guys, that would be the story.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you how to write.
No,
but
you're
that
right.
to me is your story.
It is, without a question. Yep, it is. I'd also like to talk to Aaron Banks, who has yet to speak to the media.
Well, they're probably trying to hide it. They don't want to announce those things.
Nate Hobbs did a little press availability when he arrived in town, but no Banksy. So we haven't even spoken to him yet. I'm eager to ask him how he feels about wearing a legendary number and how he's going to handle that pressure.
Lane Taylor's, yeah.
Indeed, Lane Taylor. So I don't know. It's just, to me, it's a fine line between making people feel valued and appreciated and still having competition. And if I'm a guy going into a final year of a contract, I'm obviously not going to half-ass it because I'm playing for my financial future.
What's your deal today? You're dropping the A word. That's like your 6th A bomb that you've dropped.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is. You're being a tough guy today? Because that's your 6th A bomb that you've dropped.
I didn't know we were counting. I feel like maybe it's more like 3.
I think 1 is usually, okay, I get that, but that's like 5 or 6, and I'm kind of like, I wonder what's going on with you. Like, you're really upset about something.
Issues with my father.
Oh, God.
Come on, that was funny.
Whoa, all right. No, it wasn't bad, but unfortunately, I think there's probably some truth with that. That's what isn't it? That's what makes it not funny.
We need to play double trivia.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Oh, my God.
Come on. I was proud of that one.
Father's Day trivia. Father's Day. What do you do with your kids?
Where's Wildy?
Not go to the Dells. Okay.
Jesse, we're playing double trivia. You're sending that to me separately, so I don't even know what the categories are right now.
It is
geography.
Wisconsin Geography Thursday.
It's not Wednesday, bro.
We were ready
But it is
yesterday,
Wednesday.
bro. We
It
didn't
is
do
a
it yesterday because we had all of our
bro.
great guests join us, and we were up against
That's
the
why
clock.
Jesse drove up to the Dells, is because he wanted to
do the
learn more
trivia.
about the topography
I was scouting
of the
for some
geography
trivia
of
answers.
outside
Yeah.
of Dane County.
I was scouting for some trivia. That's exactly what I did yesterday. Yep. So
Okay.
2 contestants for double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday on a Thursday trivia, and I wrote them all.
Oh, no, Up North
Where's Up
Joe?
North Joe?
Nope, nobody.
What's going on?
Holiday week. He's getting ready. We're gonna
Holiday weekend. He's probably up
Yeah.
north.
His new father.
getting his golf
He's probably
game
up
ready for
north
Sunday. Yeah.
All right, which callers would you like then, since you did all the work?
Nice round numbers, 10 and 20.
Oh, you're feeling it right now.
Oh, everybody.
Like, after that caller 22 thing and
Yeah.
the phone lines lit up, you're like, this show's super popular. We could ask for bigger numbers, but not too big because I don't want to answer too many calls.
Wisconsin Geography Trivia is always our most popular. The phone lines always light up the most, but especially with this Vortex swag bag featuring the rangefinder, these have been a hot commodity for our trivia contestants.
I could have used one of those yesterday. I smoke a 6-iron. I thought I hit it right where I needed to, and my measurements were off. Like the yardage, not where it needed to be. And then I didn't factor in, does the Vortex rangefinder, does it factor in wet ground and elevation and all of the things that rangefinders do? Because the ground is sloppy. Obviously, it rained a ton. Does it factor that in too with the rangefinder?
I don't have one. I thought it just tells you how far away you are from your
Yeah, but there's slope, and then there's all these other things that come into play too.
I think that's the operator of the rangefinder that has to factor those things in. Caller 10 and caller 20 will have their chance to have a chance to win the Vortex rangefinder and swag bag. Caller 10 and caller 20, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We will play Wilde and Tausch Wisconsin Geography Wednesday on a Thursday trivia coming up. If you did miss yesterday's show, you missed a lot. Robert Brooks, Dorsey Levens, Bryce Paup, or as I like to call him, Bryce Pop. And, of course, the Magic Man, Don Majkowski. They all joined us. You can find all those interviews and the entire show at your fingertips on the ESPN Wisconsin app. All new. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Live listening, show replays, exclusive content. It's all on the new ESPN Wisconsin app. So find the new ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores. Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Your Pella experience starts with a free in-home consultation.
It was a really comfortable kitchen table chat. We knew Pella was going to get it right the first time, and they designed a project with us. They didn't just replace our windows and doors.
There are so many options that are available, so it was nice to have someone narrow those down, and they made sure that the design was what we wanted.
Don't wait. Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2025.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, where Cheesy Bites Pizza is back right now. For just $13.99, you get a large pizza with 28 pullable, poppable, cheese-filled bites. And even better, it comes with the Ranch Lover's Flight, featuring 3 bold new dips: Ultimate Ranch, Chipotle Ranch, and Pepperoni Ranch. 1 large pizza, 3 dips, endless flavor. Hurry in or order online today at pizzahut.com. Only at Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion, or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Carbless ready-to-drink cocktails are here for your flawless summer. Hey, it's Brad Nortman. Drinking Carbless and watching the crew is already a win, but now that combination is about to get a whole lot better. Carbless is offering you a sweet night at the ballpark. Your chance to win 14 tickets with food and drinks included to the July 26th game is just one shopping trip away. From now until the end of May, head to your local retailer and scan the QR code to register for your chance to win this amazing prize. A flawless summer night at the ballpark awaits.
Steinhaufel's biggest Memorial Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $50 instant cash back for every $499 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premium delivery on everything. And take advantage of Steinhaufel's 60-month 0% financing. Plus, get amazing doorbusters. Steinhaufel's is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaufels.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
We're on the Badgers.
When you turn on the tape of Wisconsin Badger.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
You know you're getting a boy dog warrior.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Give me one reason to steer. I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind.
It is time, with a little help from our friends at Vortex Golf, for trivia.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
So you know I love first-time contestants. Love them. We don't have any today. But you know what? There's also something to be said for veterans.
Couple of wily old veterans on the mound here.
Guys have done this, been there, done that, bought the T-shirt, maybe even won
These guys
an
served in
ESPN
the
Wisconsin
military?
prize pack or two. I'm sorry?
These guys served in the military. Oh, you said veterans. So these guys served in the military? These cats? Because Memorial Day is obviously coming up. I want to make sure we're very thankful and doing that, right?
Veterans of the Wilde and Tausch trivia battles.
Oh, of trivia. Oh.
I don't think veterans are exclusive to
All
those
right.
who served our country.
No, you're right. The way it came out, I was like, oh, great. You know, with Memorial Day
Retired
coming up, I
Navy
love
fella.
the fact that we got a couple veterans.
I can't wait for the next time you bring up a veteran player in the Packers offense and we get after you for, oh, you mean the military? Oh.
I'm not sure I love your impression of me. I'm not going to lie to you.
I am sure that I love that.
That's
that
you
was
when you're being
fantastic.
obtuse.
All right, let's welcome in our contestants. Caller 10 is Tucker in Wausau. Tucker, good morning, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. Many wounds from battle of Wilde and Tausch trivia over the years. No prize pack won yet.
Just to clarify,
Tuck,
you have
let's
not
go.
been in combat, correct?
In combat?
I have not. No.
Oh, who's doing all
Sorry.
the correcting these days, by the way?
I am. Tucker, you're telling me, as great of a fan as you've been of our show and a diligent trivia contestant, you have not even won a prize pack?
That is correct, sir.
Wow. And now he is competing
And now the stakes
for
are higher.
the prize
Yeah.
pack of prize packs from Vortex. Let's go. All right.
All right, and here is our other veteran trivia contestant. I don't know his military service record. I do know that I thanked him for his service and for driving from Monroe to the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. It is Jeff in Monroe. Jeff, I salute you. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch Trivia, sir.
Thank you. My dad served in Korea. That count?
It does. I think that makes you eligible for from some of those commercials I see during games.
Yeah.
It also makes you eligible to
Gronk.
use those
Gronk.
financial institutions. All right, here we go. Here's trivia. Tucker.
Denny's Diner Insurance.
Tucker, question 1. Paul Bunyan's Cook Shanty, Timber Falls Mini Golf, and the Just a Game Field House are all attractions found in which of these Wisconsin cities? Is it
Wisconsin Dells?
Also, apparently, Denny's Diner. Question 1, Jeff. The National Railroad Museum, Tundra Lodge, and Bay Beach Amusement Park are all attractions.
Green Bay.
This is what you get when you get veterans. They don't mess around.
These cats aren't. There ain't nobody messing around.
They're
These cats
pouncing.
are ready to play.
They're pouncing.
They
Yeah.
are ready to play.
Clock management. Hello.
All right. Question 2, Tucker. Latitudinally. Which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest south? Farthest south. Is it Jackson, Judah, or Janesville? This one ain't no joke.
No, it is not.
Hard to jump the answer when it's latitudinally. I'm going to go with Jackson.
Jackson Churio, who Homer wants to trade, is not correct. Judah, Broadhead, Judah region.
Yeah, one of the great hyphenators.
Pretty close
One of
to the
great
border.
hyphenators.
Yep.
So is Janesville, though, so it was tricky. There's no doubt about it. Question 2, Jeff. Longitudinally.
By the way, Janesville to Rockford, that's just
It's
like
a hop,
snap
skip, and
your
a jump.
fingers and you're there.
Yep.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
I think that's where I stopped at Quick Trip while you two were giving me the finger and filming me as I drove.
That would be correct.
Yeah, we were trying to moon you.
Longitudinally, Jeff, which of these Wisconsin cities is located farthest west? Farthest west. Is it Kaukauna, Kenosha, or Kimberly?
Oh, is that tough?
These are These are not gimmies.
Wow, those are all east.
They are,
Judah,
but one
6
is
miles
farther
from
west.
Monroe, so that would have been easy.
Well, you should have got in 10.
Tough
Call
draw.
it 10, Jeff.
Yeah, yeah, I should have. Kakana.
A valiant effort, my friend. But
It's got to
no.
be Kimberly, right?
It is Kimberly. Well done. Good job.
Okay.
All right, we got one wrong answer and one right answer for each of you. Now, question 3. Tucker, is this? Tausch was inspired by Tuesday's trivia contestant to drive up to Randolph for a fish fry this Friday night at Burger King. Driving north.
I can't. I got a baseball game Friday night.
Okay.
I can't go to Randolph Friday.
I think this is trivia fiction.
Yes.
Oh,
it's a word problem.
I'm starting to wonder, how does Jesse know that we're going to Randolph and I can't even go?
It's a word problem.
Continue. My bad.
You are a veteran. Driving north.
How many burgers are there?
Whoa, Nelly!
Driving north on Highway 151 from Madison. Which highway would Tausch exit on to take the rest of the way to Randolph?
I think I know this
Which
one.
highway would Tausch exit on to take the rest of the way to Randolph? Is it Highway 60, Highway 73, or Highway 26?
My first, before you said options, was 60. I got to stick with it. I'm going 60. I need more stuff in central Wisconsin. 60, hey.
Yeah. I'm here to tell you that I assume Jesse just feels an internal pressure with such a great prize to make the questions harder, because we all of us who've driven 151, we know there's an exit for Highway 60. We know there's one for 73. We know there's one for 26.
Yeah.
But, I don't know which ones are which either, and I drive that more
I think
often.
it's 73. I'm going to guess 73.
You are correct again, Kimberly.
I can't give Jesse grief on this. It was a fair question.
Yeah, it's hard.
It was fair.
It's not easy,
Tucker,
though.
obviously, being up in Wausau, it's a little...
He's
I
at a
get
disadvantage.
it. Jeff had one that would have been a gimme for him. He didn't get it. They should have done it. They should have been able to, I think, whenever we do double trivia now, swap. I think you can say, I don't like this question. I am willing to swap.
Pass.
Just like Joe Douglas did with Goody, we shouldn't incorporate the question swap on double trivia. I think we need to do that.
Always looking to improve things. Question 3, Jeff, is this. Tausch was inspired. Did you write these during the show?
This was during Bulaga's appearance, yes, this one in particular.
Appreciate you paying attention to what the big fella had to say. Tausch was inspired by our conversation in the first segment to drive up to Wisconsin Dells for breakfast tomorrow morning at Denny's Diner. From Madison...
Pay attention here. This is a tricky one.
He drives north on the interstate highway shared by I-39, I-90, and I-94. When he
big
gets
wreck yesterday, had to get off early because of the big wreck.
Tough. Yeah, delayed.
Hope everybody's okay. When he gets to the split near Portage, which shared interstate highway does Tausch remain on to get to the Dells?
Oh, I know this one.
Is it I-39/90? Is it I-90/94? Or I-39/94? Oh.
It would have been a layup for Tucker.
Yep. Tucker would have killed this one.
Swap.
Can I just say it was great meeting you guys? in Rockford. That was a real treat for me.
You were very nice that day.
We love to have you.
Jesse
We're going to be
returned
down
the
there
favor with
again.
these questions. Yeah.
We're going to be down there again.
You guys
Don't ask Tausch the date, though,
June
because
18th. We'll be
because
back.
he didn't have the right date for the
tentatively
fam either.
The wedding. I'm not going to be able to make it on the 18th. Darn it. That wedding is the 21st.
Yeah, you got a lot to get ready.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Can they move it?
That wedding is coming.
Yeah. Can't wait for it. All right. I-3990, I-9094, or I-3994?
90-94.
All right. That was a process right there. All right, Tucker, first of all, you got one. That gives you 2 entries into the drawing, but all it takes is 1, and you've got 2, so you've got a chance. You've got a chance to have a chance at the Vortex Golf Rangefinder and Swag Bag. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate your loyalty to the show. Sorry it didn't go better for you.
That's all right. Jesse should know these locations of callers and tailor these double trivias to where they are.
Uh-huh. Totally agree.
Geography, Wisconsin whiz.
I agree. I'm with you. I'm Team Tucker.
And I think pick swaps need to be in play. I do.
All right. Meanwhile, Jeff, you got 2 out of 3. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into tomorrow's drawing. If we don't talk to you before the nuptials, congratulations again, and good luck in the drawing, buddy.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I'm glad he pulled that last one out because it sounded like he was a little bit down on us after he'd made that long trek to see us in person in Rockford, and then felt like maybe the questions were tough. But
is that what you sensed? I didn't sense that.
I'm not sure. I'm not. Maybe I'm projecting.
Well, you made a pretty bold statement.
He seemed kind of downtrodden. That's why he went with, before his answer to the question, did I mention how great it was to see you guys down at Hard Rock Casino Rockford?
I remember watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and every time the contestant would start to say, Regis, it's been great being here with you. And then I'm going to get this one wrong, so I'm going to guess, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, that felt like what that was.
All right. Well,
how far away are we, do you think, from artificial intelligence and holograms to having Regis, who obviously passed away a while ago? I'm 90% sure on that. Having him back as a host.
Is that what you want?
Do you think that's going to be something?
He died July 25th, 2020.
I think that's something that could
age
be
of 88.
Trebek comes back to host Jeopardy.
I don't want that. I'm out on the holograms. Sorry.
Well, it's coming, so tough luck. It's going to happen.
Okay. Well, would that apply if you decided to pursue other interests? You're still healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I think you end up.
But would we keep doing the show with a
selling
hologram?
Your hologram and getting paid in a hologram form. Yeah, I don't know how that all works.
Bitcoin?
Somebody smarter than me will figure it out.
All right. We want to get to some of the things that Matt LaFleur said with Kay Adams yesterday. We will do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits. Only one way to do cocktail night right, and that's with Door County Distillery. Hey, it's Alex Strofe. For 4 years now, I've been telling you the only way I do cocktail night right at the Strofe household, and that is with my friends at Door County Distillery. Whether it's a bourbon on the rocks, an old-fashioned made with their cherry brandy infused with Door County cherries, or something like a rum punch with the weather getting warm, it's always Door County Distillery. Find it wherever local spirits are sold or visit doorcountydistillery.com.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is the proven exteriors professionals for 31 years. Family owned and locally operated right here in Wisconsin. National and local awards proving Siding Unlimited will deliver peace of mind. Looking for inspiration to replace your windows, roofing, siding, and doors? Stop by our amazing showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. And definitely check out sidingunlimited.com. We are Siding Unlimited.
April showers bring May savings at Metro Kia Madison. Get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Kia Sportage, $17.48 cost for $1,000 borrowed. The 25 Kia Sorrento is also available for 1.9% APR for 60 months, $17.48 cost per $1,000. All new vehicles from Metro Kia Madison come with 2 years, no charge maintenance, and a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Browse their inventory at metrokiamadison.com.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
Spring is here. Time to get growing at Felly's Flowers and Greenhouse. Felly's has everything you need to bring your garden to life, including the largest selection of locally grown annuals, perennials, vegetable plants, and custom hanging baskets. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just getting started, Felly's Greenhouse in Fitchburg has the best selection to make your garden bloom. Proudly voted Best of Madison, choose Felly's Flowers as your go-to garden destination. Visit us today and grow with Felly's.
We're on the Packers.
You still want to see that steady play, that steady improvement, and you didn't get it from Jordan Love?
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That just makes the stakes that much higher this season.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Fun times playing trivia. Thanks again to Vortex Golf. We're so happy to have them on board and so appreciative of their great prize pack that they're giving away each week on our program. I watched the entirety. You know, I missed Good Morning America this morning because I was watching this instead. But I watched the full conversation between Kay Adams and Matt LaFleur, including learning that Wikipedia has the wrong middle name for Matt LaFleur. Which I didn't realize. His middle name is Robert, not Patrick. I've never used either one of those. We just always use the middle initial J, whether that's your middle initial or not. But I noticed that Kay, with her glasses on, did not get every time I hear someone say number one receiver, I want to vomit response when she brought it up. Unlike me, who a year ago got that in training camp, even though it wasn't really a question about that, but not that I'm bitter or holding a grudge in any way, Matt LaFleur, but didn't get a great answer on whether or not having or lacking a clear-cut number one wide receiver is a headache. Here is how that was answered by Matt LaFleur.
Is there a headache to not having a labeled, this is my number one guy? Any headache to that?
Is there a headache for it?
Yeah, like because you have to, you have to answer these questions about it.
Oh no, yeah, I don't really care.
You don't care, yeah.
With you.
What
people think. I just care what we think in our building, and I think we've got a lot of great options, and I think we have the versatility to put people at the point of attack and have confidence that they're going to go out there and make the play. Do I think there's another level for our guys? Absolutely. Do I think we can do a better job as coaches putting them in different positions? No doubt about it. But I when I view a receiving core as a group, I kind of look at more like you would a basketball team in terms of just you want the versatility amongst the group to be able to put these guys in different positions. And like I said, I think we got a really deep room, and there's going to be a lot of competition in that room to catch a lot of balls.
So those are all things he said before. The basketball analogy I always enjoy because then I immediately am thinking, okay, is Jaden Reed the shooting guard? Is Christian Watson the 5? Is Dontavion Wicks the stretch 4? Like who's
You're looking
who?
At, if I may interject, you're looking at this in the completely wrong way. He brings up this basketball analogy, and ask the Milwaukee Bucks if you want 5 journeymen or if you want Giannis. Or ask the Lakers if they want Luka Doncic and LeBron James or if they want 7 Luke Waltons.
What did Luke Walton do?
That's how. Well, no, nothing Luke Walton did, but let's just be honest about what we're doing.
Not enough. That's the point.
You want to have a couple of stars. You want difference makers. So as he's answering that question, I'm thinking to myself, first off, he's getting to be, you can tell he is, just think of how far he's come. When he was like stuttering all over himself and just nervous. Now he's asking himself questions. That's the veteran move.
I love it.
You just sit there and you say, do I want to have somebody emerge? Should our coaches be better? Your own coach, Jason Vrabel, said guys are going to rise up and whoever gets paid is going to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't want to do, and this is where the basketball analogy is really good, what you don't want is to have a guy that isn't a star, is a nice player, but you pay the league max to. That's where you get in big boy trouble. So if you're going to play the basketball analogy, I want Michael Jordan. I want Scottie Pippen. I'm fine if I have Bill Wennington, but I can't have 5 Bill Wenningtons. I need to have a Jordan or a Pippen if I want to go win 6 championships. Now, if I want to have a cute little run and win a couple regular season games, yeah, I'll have Horace Grant. I'll have Johnny Paxson. Hey, I'll even grab Craig Hodges. Okay? But you know what? If I have that as my cast, I ain't winning no divisions, and I certainly am not going to be the 6-time defending champions. I'm not going to have that. I love that announcer that did that, the pregame warm-up. 6'6" guy from North Carolina. You aren't doing that for Bill Wennington. And right now, the Green Bay Packers, listen, man, I know Michael Jordan ain't walking through that door. But I certainly am hoping we have a Scottie Pippen. And I'm all right if we get ourselves a Dennis Rodman. Like, I am all right with all of that. But I don't want to sit here and say, what was the guy's name? Gashke, Pinsky. There was some guy that was.
What on earth are you doing right now?
Ed Pinkney is the guy I'm thinking of. Just guys on the end of the bench that are nice. They're going to come in and make a block, but they're not going to be out there when the money's on the table. I think Matt LaFleur is on to something here, and he knows in his heart of hearts he doesn't want just some mediocre cast of characters at wideout. He wants to establish himself with a Rodman, a Pippen, a Jordan, and he wants to be, as he also said on that, great players make great coaches. I heard him say that on Kay Adams. Let me tell you something. Phil Jackson and all of his zen, he ain't doing nothing. If he is dealing, and this is not an offense to the late 90s, early, mid-2000s Bucks teams you covered, Todd Day and Lee Mayberry, and Andy Griffith and Barney Fife. He ain't winning. Phil Jackson ain't winning all those championships, and he is not known as the great coach if he doesn't have Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, et cetera, et cetera.
All right, a few things.
Do I make myself clear?
Yeah, no, not super clear, actually. You're
a lot of
all
names
over the
there. A lot of names.
First of all, just for public clarification, the Chicago Bulls public address announcer, whose imitation was that was terrible. And now, the starting lineup for your world champion, the Chicago Bulls. Sydney does a better imitation than you do. His name.
I'll tell you what. For someone that doesn't like to be criticized, you certainly love Johnny Red Kerr. Wasn't that who did that?
No.
Johnny Red Kerr?
Ray Clay. Johnny Red Kerr was the color guy on the WGN broadcast with Wayne Larrivee. Remember when we did all the stuff?
Man, did Wayne have a run.
So here's the funny thing. I looked up Ray Clay because I wanted to get that right. From North Carolina, at guard, 6'6", Michael Jordan. He got fired by the Bulls because when Jordan came back as a member of the Wizards, he wanted to announce him like Michael Jordan, like he did when he was a Bull, and management told him he had to announce him just like any other opposing player on the other team. And it got him fired. Which is amazing.
That's dumb.
I couldn't agree more.
You know what? Put that down as the Billy Goat curse and everything else. It's the Ray Clay curse.
There you go. I'm with you. Secondly, I love what you said about you want your Michael Jordan, you want your Luka Doncic, because you love saying his name, your Nikola Jokic, but I understand what Matt LaFleur was going for there. He wants guys that are different shapes and sizes, like a basketball team would be, right? A guard size, a 4, a 5, etc. I just don't know if they have any dominant Giannis player, and if they care if they do or they don't, because they sure act like they don't. So,
what's because they don't?
I like the
What are you
analogy.
going to do? If you don't, you act like you do, and if you do, you don't act like you don't.
Well, to me, you try and get a guy and give him the opportunity to become that, and maybe that's what they've done with Matthew Golden. We've got another segment.
I'm sure Matt LaFleur doesn't want Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen. I'm sure he's saying, you know what, man, just give me a bunch of Craig Hodges.
He apparently didn't
and
want
by the way,
Devontae Adams enough.
Well, you don't know if he didn't or if the Gutenhater didn't.
Well, they didn't, as a team, clearly didn't want him. And Kay Adams touched on that as well. I need to touch on the fact that it's the Steinhafels Memorial Day mattress sale. It's on right now, so if you've been thinking about a mattress, now's the time. Great deals to be had. Save up to $900 on select adjustable base sets, plus get up to $300 in Steinhafels cash. And you can take advantage of Steinhafels' special 60-month financing. Get a queen or Tempur-Pedic mattress for only $48 a month, or a Beautyrest Black mattress for only $36 per month. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Another clip from Matt LaFleur talking about the wide receiver room next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Badgers.
There are moments where it feels like you're close, but taken holistically, those look like blips.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
To win a championship, you have to consistently be that team.
This is 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhaffel's Memorial Day Sale. Save 10% off store-wide and get $50 instant cash back for every $4.99 you spend. Only at Steinhaffel. Mark your calendars. Wisconsin football dropping 2026 season opener details. Bucky continues their Shamrock Series with Notre Dame. The site, Lambeau Field. The date, Sunday, September 6th. Wisconsin makes its first Green Bay appearance since 2016. The Badgers upsetting LSU that year, the catalyst to a run to the Big Ten title game and a Cotton Bowl victory. A chance at revenge after the Fighting Irish claimed the 2021 matchup 41-13. Also a face-off for Luke Fickell with his former Bearcats coordinator, Marcus Freeman.
Don't wait to upgrade your windows and doors, because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
Sip into a flawless summer. Hey, it's KBN's Brad Nortman. Let Carbless ready-to-drink cocktails be your passport to pool parties, patio hangouts, cookouts, and pure summer bliss. Carbless is here to spark a summer of flavor and fun. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and of course, all the good vibes. From fruity flavors to refreshing fizz, Carbless stands out in a sea of same-old seltzers. See what flavors fit your summer. Find your bliss today at drinkcarbless.com and enter to win a flawless summer prize pack today.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities. Plus, membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
Big winners are wanted this May at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, so saddle up and ride on in for the biggest prizes in town. It's all fixing to start at high noon on Saturday, May 31st. 30 winners will each be selected to collect a $1,000 prize. And that same afternoon, 3 more of our most wanted will each wrangle a $10,000 cash prize. That's $60,000 paid out in one day. Get your share of the bounty this May at
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
After a storm, even seemingly small damage can lead to major problems. If your roof or siding took a hit with this recent storm, your insurance may cover the damage, but the process is still a nightmare. Badgerland Exteriors makes it seamless. They'll guide you through every step and get your family's home back in tip-top shape just as fast as that storm ripped through.
Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Matt LaFleur also discussing with Kay Adams on Up and Adams how this group is taking on some leadership roles. Now, again, I'm not there. I don't know exactly what it looks like. It sounded a little bit to me like there's been some questions about the dynamic in the wide receiver room, and I'm here to tell you it's great. But he did mention
preemptive strike, eh? Preemptive strike.
Take off, hoser. He did mention Romeo Doubs by name. So here is Matt LaFleur again with Kay Adams.
I do think we have a very, very competitive receiver room. I think it's as deep as anybody in the league, and I love how our guys go out there and compete and push each other. And it's been pretty cool to watch the veterans. Although that there's a first rounder coming in the room, there's a third rounder coming in the room. Just how they've embraced those guys and taking them in, and they're coaching them up out on the field. We were out there earlier today, and I went over to tell Matthew something about one of his routes, and I was just about to start talking, and then Romeo Doubs grabbed him and started talking. And I said, "Hey, you talking about the Dover?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "All right, you got him." So, but that's a pretty cool thing to watch these guys. That's something that we're stressing with our team. We have a young team. We've had the youngest team the last 2 years, and it's important, I think, just to develop the leadership that is needed, that when you get into those, tough division games or playoff type games, that you have a player-led team that can help get you through those tough moments.
I know that I've been accused of liking drama once or twice. Some have told me they're not in the mood for it tonight. But what the hell is he going to say? I gotta be honest, our guys, they're still pretty pissed off that we drafted 2 wide receivers. It might have been a mistake because I don't think we're gonna get the best out of them. I think they're really mad and they're kind of pouting. I heard Mark Chmura on ESPN Milwaukee say, "I'm not playing." I think that's exactly how they feel. But look, I hope that's true, right? Because if you care about the Packers, you want them to succeed. You want these guys embracing that both challenge and that leadership role. But again, just because he says it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is hunky-dory and they're all singing Kumbaya and everyone's okay with some of their snaps getting eaten up by other guys, right?
No,
or am I wrong?
I think the anecdote happened. I don't know if LaFleur is going to make up an anecdote.
No, I don't think so either. I agree with you. Yep.
Okay, so that part of it I think is true, and I would bet, and I know Jaden Reed didn't say anything. I want to make sure that's clear. I know Drew Rosenhaus did, and you have those conversations. Do I think Jaden Reed is happy about Matthew Golden and Savion Williams getting drafted? No, I don't. I don't think he was happy at all. But that doesn't mean he's going to pout and be a baby. Now, some of the stuff that came out, I don't have that big of a problem with it. Again, I go back to feel your feelings and go about your business.
Mm-hmm.
Romeo Doubs, I'm glad he's there. I know there was some speculation by Jason that he maybe wasn't. He's there, according to Matt LaFleur, which is good.
It is good.
It is time to show up. And now this whole, well, they're young and all this other stuff, and I think LaFleur, I think we got to that yesterday. It's time, man. Like, you're either going to be that cream rising to the top or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not, you can find a role, and then you can do a lot of great things with milk.
Oh, no.
You can just do a lot more great things with cream.
Oh, no.
You can.
Twice in 1 week?
So it comes back to well, that's a great quote.
You swallow it?
Jaden Reed, I think Jaden Reed is looking at this, and I think he is going to approach this in I want to rise to the top.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a part of the team that makes this sweet, sweet butter that is going to be that's going to be put on our championship bread. That's what he wants, and this anecdote, I think it's kind of cool. And you see if there's other guys that are going to jump on board and grow up and become the ice cream, the custard, all of the great things that we all love as dairy consumers in that bulk tank we call the wide receiver room of the Green Bay Packers.
Sooner or later, though, it's about getting paid, and there's a bunch of guys that is a factor, and let's not pretend that it's not. They all want to be standing there.
Here. No, by the way, it's here. But, Jason, It's about responding and not just sitting there, I'm just going to tread until I get out of here. I got to get to a different bulk tank. No. Climb it. Get up to the top, baby, and then let Brian Gutekunst and Russ Ball skim all that good cream in the form of paying me a big-time contract. That's what these guys are trying to do.
Are you done now?
I think so.
Well,
I thought finishing it off with this bulk tank we call the receiver room, I thought was gold. And I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of a.
You've become very needy in terms of affirmation.
It was so good.
Yeah, I have. It's been just sitting here around you for 9 years. I have unfortunately taken some of your qualities, and that's one of them. Oh, tell me how great I am. Tell me.
Yeah, that's me. I need to be told how great I am. I'm going to tell you how great.
I'm glad you finally acknowledged that. That's good. It's taken you a while.
I can tell you how great
predictions, but I said that the Packers were going to struggle and then make a run for a chip.
Hey,
that's what you do.
It's 11:12. Stop, please.
Stop what?
Talking.
You brought it up, not me. I don't know what to tell you.
I brought it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring up the fact that Associated Bank doesn't need me to tell them how great they are. They know how great they are, but they need me to tell you how great they are so you can make the switch to Associated Bank the way Paula and the girls and I did. Great customer service. Yes, if you're a sports fan, there's no better place to be. Packers checking, Badgers checking, Brewers checking. It's awesome. I have a regular old Associated Bank card. I don't have any team logos on it, but I have the great customer service that comes with being an Associated Bank customer. And you can be as well. Go to AssociatedBank.com. Find out more about early pay, where you get access to your direct deposit from your employer up to 2 days early. Find out more about credit monitoring to make sure your credit score is where you need it to be to have the spending power that you need. And fraud protection. I experienced it myself. They were on top of it like that without an issue. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Celebrations Entertainment. Complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more. Go to celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. Did you miss any of the conversations Wilde and Tausch had yesterday with some former Packers legends? Quarterback Don Majkowski, running back Dorsey Levens, including Hall of Fame wide receiver, Packers Hall of Fame wide receiver Robert Brooks joined the show talking about the state of the Green Bay Packers wide receiver room heading into this coming season.
Those guys are playmakers. I just think they've been trying to spread the ball a little too much. You got to have a guy that when we get in these moments, he's going to get an opportunity to make a play, and we're going to win and lose with that guy. Okay, and I don't think they've done that. I think they're trying to spread the ball around a lot. And, when you got a young quarterback, you kind of want to do that. You don't want him to have too much of a crutch, but you got to give him a crutch sometimes.
Robert Brooks yesterday on Wilde and Tausch. Find the full interview available on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and listen back on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Baseball, the Brewers start a weekend road trip in Pittsburgh against the Pirates this afternoon, 5:40 first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
I'm not giving up,
11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. Begins at 11:17, and it begins with the Packers quarterback. Well, a former Packers quarterback talking about the current Packers quarterback. Look, I never covered Don Majkowski, so I can't say he's one of my favorite guys I covered. He's not on my Mount Rushmore, but man, I love talking to him. And I know you two have become buddies over the years. It was so much fun to talk about him, and I found the video playing with Poison at the Brown County Arena, the Brown County Veterans Arena, back in the day in 1991. He can talk about the NFL and the NFLPA and taking care of veteran players. He can talk about the position. He can talk about leadership. But I thought him talking about Jordan Love yesterday and calling this what he did in terms of what season this is for Jordan Love was very, very, very interesting. Here is what the Magic Man had to say.
This is the year where he's really going to step it up and really have a full understanding of the offense. He's got a great supporting cast around him. And I think this year will really be the telltale, of what kind of quarterback he's going to be long term, because, he had flashes of greatness, his first 2 years, but there was also, moments that with his body language and his, I want to see him get a little more aggressive, a little more fire under his butt, man. Get in the huddle and be a little more controlling. It seems of the situation. Sometimes it just looks like he's a little bit passive, but I guess that's you can't change who you are as personality-wise.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be who you are. You can't try to be somebody else. But so he's got to learn within his own personality how to turn this thing and be a great quarterback. He's got the ability, and he's such a smart kid. I love him as a kid. I met him several times. He's a good dude, and I know his teammates love him. So I'm rooting for him big time, man. I love Jordan Love.
I love Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
What's with all the
Two
facial
things popped
expressions over there?
Two things popped. Well, it's because it's getting me fired up.
Okay.
Does he have a great supporting cast on offense?
I hear he's got a great wide receiver group. That's what Matt LaFleur just said in the last segment.
No, because I think one of the things I looked at, and obviously Josh Jacobs is a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
You're in essence telling me that your offensive line wasn't very good, and we don't know if it's going to be any better. We have one player that I don't even know if is at camp. We have basically open job searches on ZipRecruiter for the other three.
Well, now we're giving ZipRecruiter
we got one guy we
free
paid.
advertising?
They're a great ESPN
I'm trying to get
radio
them to be
partner. Yeah.
They're an ESPN national partner.
Okay.
So where are we at? Our receiving room, I don't care what Matt LaFleur is saying. It is unknown at best.
Yeah, I agree.
What the heck, how that's going to go. So is the supporting cast, I would argue that Jordan Love needs to be that much better to bring everyone together. He is no longer, I think the first couple years it was like, all right, let's figure this out. Now, Jordan Love's getting into it. It's $55 million a year. We need you to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
As your young receiving core starts kind of bringing themselves together and trying to get to that next level, he needs to be the catalyst for that. This isn't Brock Purdy with Debo and Ayuk and Kittle and good offensive line and one of the running back, McCaffrey, who was almost the MVP the year they got it. That's not what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love is going to be asked to be a lot better than what he was. And by the way, there's this misnomer that he wasn't great. He just wasn't consistent. He had flashes. But if this offense is going to take a next step, it ain't going to be because, the rookie wideout is just a dog. It's going to be because Jordan Love is the Jordan Love he was the last 8-9 weeks of the 2 seasons ago. That's where this is going. If it is not, it's going to get then you have to start wondering, well, where are we as a group? That's why this year is so big for number 10.
So, and just to be clear because
Jason, is the supporting cast, how would you rank Jordan Love's supporting cast right now on offense?
Look, first of all,
what are you giving him?
No, I think it's better than that. I think Tucker Kraft.
What are you giving him?
I think Tucker Kraft is an ascending player who's going to be one of the best tight ends in the NFC. He's going to go to a Pro Bowl this year.
I agree with that.
I think Luke Musgrave is going to stay healthy and be a really good complement there. I think Jaden Reed and Dontavion Wicks are going to elevate the way we expected them to last year, and they didn't. I don't think Matthew Golden is going to be 1,000-yard wide receiver as a rookie. I don't. I think he's gonna have some like Devontae Adams style big games, and then he's going to have other contributions. So I don't know, 500, 600 yards. I don't know what his season's going to look like. I don't know him. I haven't even seen him catch a football in person yet. I think their offensive line is going to be improved, and I believe in Zach Tom. I believe in Rasheed Walker. I believe in Elton Jenkins at center. And so what I'm curious about is, you can say what you want about how good they were last year. Jordan Love was only sacked 14 times. They all played together pretty much all season. Like they were healthy all year until they weren't in the playoff game, and they lost Elton after 4 snaps, and then they lost Josh Myers later in the game. Like it was a mess that day, and they were going against a group that made them look even worse.
They lost LaTroy Guion. He couldn't even play.
I think their defense is going to be as good as last year, if not a little bit better. So I still think that they are a 10-11 win team. I think this hinges on Jordan Love making a meaningful jump in his level of play. I don't think anybody here...
What does that mean?
I think he has to reduce, not eliminate, but I think he has to reduce the critical moment mistakes. He's got 5 interceptions in his last 2 playoff games. He was unbelievable in Dallas. I'm not saying he has to play like he did in that game or down the stretch, but he's got to play better than he did last year, and we can't use the injuries as the sole reason for him not making the jump. So I think this season hinges more on him elevating his game than I think maybe other people do. I think he will do that, but I keep going back to this. I feel like we so wanted him to be great, and we saw such great stuff down the stretch in 23. We just got ahead of our skis. And now's the time for him to be the guy that now's the time for him to be the guy we crowned him as being. I don't think that's an unfair thing to say.
Soundgraph. Total soundgraph right there.
Time
so where
for
would you rate? And listen, man, I don't know the other.
I don't know the other ones. Like, look at wide receiver. Do they have a Jordan Addison or a Justin Jefferson or an Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Not right now. No,
but
they don't.
Do they have guys that can be better than DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Jamison Williams? Yes. But they haven't done it consistently yet. And that is the problem with figuring out what this team is going to be. I picked them to go 10-7. And I still think they will be a better team than they were last year and not have a better record, if that is possible. Because I think their schedule's harder, the path is harder, but they get in the dance and they have a chance to have a chance. But the fact of the matter is that we are still in year 3 of the quarterback being a starter, in year 3 and 4 of the wide receivers and tight ends. We are still projecting on all of them because none of them have done it consistently.
So what do you grade? What would you, and I'm not asking Jesse to pull this, offense only, supporting cast for Jordan Love.
Yeah,
linemen, tight end, wide receivers, running backs.
And I love Josh Jacobs, and he helps the grade immensely. I want to give them a B+. I can't give them more than a C+ because they haven't taken enough tests. Like, they didn't do great on the homework, and they got a crucial exam coming up this season. I think they could be a very high B.
Okay.
But they need to take more tests, and they need to hit on them. They need to get really good grades on them.
What's that old test you prep for to take the ACT or the SAT? What was that always called? ASCAP or MATCAP or what? There's a test that you take to practice.
I think there's a MCAT that you might be thinking of, but it's not to practice the ACT.
No, there's something that you practice to do better on the
practice ACT.
That's literally
no.
I remember it.
No, there is something that is called. It's like a group that started a thing that does this.
A group that started a thing.
You practice
Denny's test prep.
No. It's called like the G. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not Mad Cat. It's something of that ilk.
Okay. It's the Coors Light Challenge. And then you ace your test because you've had
C+
cool refreshment.
C+ is low. But the way the O-line got revamped, I don't think it's totally unfair. I'm not going to transition over, but I am going to have a Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package, so it is made to chill. Make sure those mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans are chilled to perfection. That's when you know they're baby blue. That's why it is always Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. I think that new sheet Jesse gave me might need to be in place because I am down to my last strand.
Oh, my.
On this. Look at it. It is hanging on. It's hanging on. No, it's life is Jason. Life is what it is. Let it breathe.
Scott in New Jersey, Eric in Eagle River, among those on the text line saying the PSAT, which I believe stands for pre-SAT.
SAT.
Is what you're thinking of. The PSAT.
Right, yeah, they're probably right. Oh, you guys say, oh, you mean like extra practice test?
It was the pre-ACT.
It has a name. It's called a PSAT. Yeah.
Get out of here.
Okay. Thank you for the guys that are helping me, not you guys mocking me with the, that sounds like a practice test, huh? Yeah, that's what I just said, but there's a name for it.
More Wilde and Tausch, straight ahead, stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
At Metro Ford of Madison, they sell vehicles that are built in America for America. This month, enjoy their You Pay What We Pay sale. The 2024 Ford Mach-E offers 0% APR financing for 72 months. $13.89 cost for $1,000 borrowed. The 2024 Ford F-150 is available with 2.9% APR financing for 66 months. $16.47 per $1,000 borrowed. Bonus cash available on XLT and SXT models. All offers available to qualified credit. Browse their inventory at MetroFordofMadison.com.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
Attention, business owners and executives. Looking for a bank that's invested in your community as you are? Look no further than Starion Bank. As a Dane County community bank, Starion offers competitive deposit and loan rates while actively supporting local initiatives. Visit a business banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, and Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, full-service business banking, lending, and cash management.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
We need to get to Whoa Nelly. We're running a little bit behind here. So let me just ask this. You put me on the spot trying to sound graph me. I'm not trying to sound graph you. I just want to know. You said my C plus was low because I argued that they haven't taken enough tests to get the grade up higher. What grade do you give the weaponry, the supporting cast surrounding Jordan Love?
Yeah, I got it as a B. Because I think that they're paying Banks. I think Elton Jenkins is going to be really good, and I believe Zach Tom is your right tackle. And Josh Jacobs is what moves the needle. The receiving core, I can't give higher than a C just because they have not proven it, and they had too many drops.
Mm-hmm.
Got young guys. There's that. But Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs kind of give me that elevation in giving. I feel comfortable giving a B, but again, this season with Jordan Love, we are not asking him to be a game manager. He needs to be a guy.
Mm-hmm.
He can't just be Brock Purdy circa. And by the way, same thing is happening to Brock.
Yes.
And I'm not comparing any of these guys, but just look at the greatest quarterback to ever play this game in Tom Brady. What he did in 2007 to 2022 is not what they asked him to do in 2001 to 2005.
You're right.
There's a growth that you need to have when you're going to be getting paid the big bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And your game is elevating. It is no longer the defense will bail you out. No, you got to be that guy. And if you're not, that doesn't mean you can't win. But what it does tell me, you will not win consistently. Too many variables happen in an NFL season. You need that one constant in order to figure out algebraic equations and all of the other trigonometry. You have to find a fixated thing that, yes, this is what it is, and everything else can base itself off of it. Or if you're playing Sudoku, I have to have I got to have some constants, man. It can't just be I'm randomly throwing numbers up. I got to know. That's what this season is. This is the Sudoku year of Jordan Love.
I like to think of it more as the butterfat year of
just
Jordan
roll
Love.
your eyes at me. How
Sudoku.
I actually kind of like Sudoku year. I don't know if it makes
It's a fun game.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes total sense, but I like it.
No, it does. Are you going to have any concept of figuring out those 9 boxes if you don't have any constant where it's like, okay, 3, 3, 3, boom, boom, boom. All right, now I go. You need to have your 3s lined up in year 3 so that you can find out where the 4 goes, where the 6 goes, where this can't go. That's what you need. Hey, do they ever start Sudokus without anything in the box? They just give you an empty box? Do they?
There's only 1 3, though, right?
There's different boxes. There's different boxes. You got the 1 box of 9.
When is the last time you did a Sudoku?
It's been a minute.
Never.
It's been a minute. When do they ever give you nothing in a Sudoku box?
Yeah, but they don't give you 3 3s.
There's different boxes. It's not just. I'm not going to even get into it with you on Sudoku, okay?
Oh, no. We need to get to Nelly. Well, we do know.
You also don't think I know Tenderfella, and I can tell you the exact script of Tenderfella.
We'll run through lines later. Want to remind you that, look, again, I tell you this all the time, and I mean it. I hope you never have to call Grubel offices. Never, ever, ever. Because that means you've never been injured in an accident. You don't need representation to make sure that you're taken care of because you've been seriously injured. But if you have been, that's the call to make. David and his team are the best. They've done it for a long time, over 35 years. They will make sure that you get what is coming to you after you've been injured. So make the call. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Grubel offices, 1 call. That's all. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Immediate live show streaming. A homepage customized just for you. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN.
If you're just doing this because you're starting to not believe the Packers are going to bring in a number 1 wide receiver.
The ESPN Wisconsin app. Everything in the palm of your hand.
Who are the top guys?
And
Ops. That is the problem.
No, I totally agree.
You have never called Xavier McKinney the wrong name.
Available in the Apple and Android App Store. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Your Pella experience starts with a free in-home consultation.
It was a really comfortable kitchen table chat. We knew Pella was going to get it right the first time, and they designed a project with us. They didn't just replace our windows and doors.
There are so many options that are available, so it was nice to have someone narrow those down, and they made sure that the design was what we wanted.
Don't wait. Get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 5/31/2025.
The keys of a new Audi are in reach at Audi Madison. Save $3,000 on a new 2025. Choose from the A3 sedan, Q540, Q545, or the Q545 Sportsback, and even the Q755 SUV. National customer credit is good towards the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until June 2nd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Your first time driving a stick shift. The car, sporty. Your teacher, nervous. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Online Activation Zone, so you can easily shift your direct deposits from your old clunker of a bank to Associated Bank in just a few clicks. You've got this with Activation Zone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
The 2015 Wisconsin men's hoops team gave us all a march to remember.
There will be no undefeated champion on Wisconsin with an unbelievable stretch drive to the championship game.
On June 26th, enjoy an intimate celebration with the stars of the run with Made 'em Believe. Presented by M3 Insurance. World-class expertise and individual attention. Tickets are on sale now at uwhoops2015.com. Made 'em Believe, June 26th at the Orpheum Theater in Madison.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get house.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
The NBA playoffs continue. The Thunder strike first.
Jaire Alexander open three. Bang, he got it.
How will the Timberwolves respond? Game 2 of the Timberwolves and Thunder. Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
I'm not afraid of getting older. I want less day from dying young. I see the light and go past my shoulder. I want less day from dying young. And I'm not afraid of getting older. I want less day from dying young. And I see the lights and go past my shoulder.
We didn't leave him much time, and I'm going to steal some of it with a question. But it's time now for Won't Know It.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I got to stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Well, go ahead and steal it if you're going to steal it.
Oh, okay. I didn't want. I can do it another time. So you guys know I love thrifting, right? It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
So I came across this. Let's see if I can get it centered here. It's a picture of our friend Tom Waddle of Waddle and Sylvie.
Great jawline.
He's a handsome dude.
It is. Looking guy.
It is autographed. And I'm wondering, do we know anyone named Aaron, E-R-I-N? Because it's personalized. Do you know any Aarons?
No, you know what we could do is put, there's a golf course that I love that is similar to that.
Aaron Hills.
Put that on there, go down and just hand it off to him, get a round of golf. That might be fun.
Yeah, give it to the whole city. Yeah.
I also got this ticket stub with his signature on it. Can't believe anybody would take such a valuable piece of memorabilia and just donate it to a thrift shop. But nevertheless, Waddle's great. And I just did not, it felt like it was wrong for that to be sitting on a shelf. So if there's any errands out there, email Jesse at jnelson@espnwisconsin.com and tell him that you would like the Tom Waddle autographed 8x10.
Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of Aarons, E-R-I-N. A lot of Aarons, A-A-R-O-N. That doesn't help us.
Yeah, one of them's on your Mount Rushmore. You just won't admit to it.
Just missed it.
Tausch, do you want to talk about the NBA conference finals, the Indiana Pacers being a team of destiny, or do you want to roll the dice on Ron and the Key, who is on the phone on hold and didn't tell me what he wants to talk about?
No, let's roll the dice with Ron and the Key.
Why give him you knew what he was going to say.
Because then it's not on my hands. If he picks that we do this and Ron's call ends up being really dumb.
We don't want any accountability, Lord knows that.
It's on Tausch and it's not, yeah. All right. I yield the rest of my Whoa Nelly time to Ron and the Key. You have 30 seconds, go.
Thanks, Jesse. All right, well, I'm going to milk this topic again until I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm buttering up my wife in a month, Tausch, taking her to Putankana, but you're on the clock. And with a shout-out to Don Majkowski for inspiration and the poet Brett Michael, maybe Sarah doesn't want nothing but a good time, but if you just go out for the mountains of Blue Mountains, she might say, look what the cat dragged in, and then you got to buy flowers, and every rose has its thorn. You guys have a good holiday weekend. Take care and be good.
I thought for sure he was going to bring bulk tanks and other things. When he started talking about that, Ron and the Key, we have, since I met Ron, I feel like our relationship has dipped. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't know who Ron was. There was a mystery about it. There's no more mystery, and now I know. He knows my wife's birthday. We have that connecting point. But since I met Ron, the mystery's gone. We had that mystery.
You've lost that love and feeling.
Yeah.
That was
well worth our time, wasn't it?
Jesse, let's talk NBA basketball.
Tausch, do you believe the Pacers are a team of destiny? Because I turned the game. We went to a movie last night. I got home.
Sinners.
Yep.
Mission Impossible.
I was underwhelmed. Everyone else says it was great. I was underwhelmed.
Like You Are by Pat Murphy.
Maybe. Could have pinch hit Contreras in the 9th yesterday. So I turned the NBA game on. 3 minutes left. 116-102. The Knicks are up. I'm like, okay, it's over. What else? And then we turned something else on. I fell asleep. I didn't realize until this morning, getting ready for our show, I saw a tweet which prompted me to look at the score to see that the Pacers came all the way back and won the game in overtime. They were down 9.
That Hard Rock ticket's
looking
getting
pretty
sexier
good.
and sexier.
They were down 9 with less than a minute to go in Madison Square Garden, won the game. And this is like the 4th time in the playoffs they've done something like this.
Once against the Bucks in Game 5.
Team of Destiny?
I don't know. I don't hate the Pacers like I should, I guess. I just don't. I don't love them.
Big Pascal Siakam guy.
I'll say this. Siakam's a champion. Rick Carlisle's a champion. And I think a lot of times, it doesn't really matter.
Halliburton's a high school champion.
They have championship medal. They're growing into it even more. They've kind of been through some things. This group has kind of grown. And then they added Pascal, and he's been doing some things. What do you think those odds at Hard Rock Casino Rockford are now?
Not as good as when I got them when they were up 1-0 in the series on Cleveland 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a really... I don't love giving you a ton of love. Pretty smart play by you. And I said, in fairness, I said that at the time. That's a good play. New York is going to be tough, but those series and the emotions and the adjustments, that is I think somebody this morning said that's a gut punch. How are they going to get up off the mat? Because if they don't get off the mat tomorrow or whenever they play next, it's over. They go down 0-2, it's over.
Well, we know the series has started because a team has won on the other team's home floor.
Unlike the Western Conference Finals, yeah.
No. Are you into this or not?
It's really odd, man. I looked at the Nuggets as very similar to the Bucks. I think there's a lot of trajectories. Obviously, the mountains are bigger out in Denver. But I thought it was really weird that their coach that got fired, he's definitely harboring some resentment towards my guy, Nikola Jokic. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
Whoa, Nelly.
Don't want to elaborate any further on that.
Nelly. Well, I just said I don't like it. What else do you want me to elaborate
What's the
on?
resentment? What did he...
Dazzling detail.
What did he say? What did he do? Where did you see this?
He was talking before the MVP was announced. He's crowning SGA. You can tell he's a little bit bitter about the fact he got fired 3 games left in the regular season. Is that enough dazzling detail for you? I mean, I can't win with you guys. I start talking about skimming cream off of bulk tanks, and you guys crush me on that. And then I come back with this, and you're like, well, give me more. I don't know where to go with you two. Like, sometimes it's this, and then I ask you a question, and you guys go into mode.
I'm sorry, what was that mode? What was that mode?
It is a tricky deal dealing with you two. on a daily
Oh,
basis.
you
It's tricky.
poor soul.
You think we're a couple
I
of Jack
totally
in the
agree.
Boxes or what?
Wow. Tell us about the AmFam Championship again and how much we're going to look forward to spending more time together in person.
I just saw the announcement. All 7 champions are back.
Tongue Chai D, baby!
In the house. Freddie, Steve, and Jerry. And the dude with that bucket hat. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He was there. Ernie Els, I believe, is an old champion.
Buttercream.
No, we're not getting into that. The American Family Insurance Championship is one of our favorite weekends. We love it. They got a couple of new, exciting changes this year with host Steve Stricker out at the TPC Wisconsin. Brand new course for the AmFam Champ. And also a new competition, team competition. 2-person teams will compete in best ball and scramble formats. The American Family Insurance Championship, June 6th, which is where Wilde and Tausch will be, through the 8th. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Hoskins a fly ball, left center field, back at the track, bye-bye baseball!
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member-first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Wisconsin football dropping 2026 season opener details. Bucky continues their Shamrock Series with Notre Dame. The site, Lambeau Field. The date, Sunday, September 6th. Wisconsin makes its first Green Bay appearance since 2016. The Badgers upsetting LSU that year, the catalyst to a run to the Big Ten title game and a Cotton Bowl victory. A chance at revenge after the Fighting Irish claimed the 2021 matchup 41-13. Also a face-off for Luke Fickell with his former Bearcats coordinator, Marcus Freeman.
Don't wait to upgrade your windows and doors, because right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% financing for up to 6 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? With Stoughton Health, it's always easy access, with most appointments within a week. And with over 160 insurances accepted, you're covered and in good hands. For more information, visit StoughtonHealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Live the high life at Nitty Gritty, home of the famous Gritty Burger in Madison's official birthday place. Celebrate your birthday at Nitty Gritty and receive a free memento birthday mug to fill with free beer, specialty birthday cocktails, or soda all day long. The Nitty Gritty has celebrated almost 900,000 birthdays, and birthday celebrant number 900,000 will receive a $1,000 Amex gift card. Grab some friends and celebrate your birthday at the Nitty Gritty, located in Madison, Middleton, and Sun Prairie. The Nitty Gritty, a tradition since 1968.
Steinhaufel's biggest Memorial Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide and get $50 instant cash back for every $499 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premium delivery on everything. And take advantage of Steinhaufel's 60-month 0% financing. Plus, get amazing doorbusters. Steinhaufel's is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in-store or online at steinhaufels.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
We're almost out of time. Jesse, are you going to spend Memorial Day cheering on Jordan Love throwing out the first pitch for Pat Murphy's team?
I will not be there on Memorial Day. No, we're going to be enjoying the sunshine up north, playing croquet in the backyard. Perhaps
up north, Joe?
Joe will be there this weekend. Yeah, we're going to have some fun, but we're all working tomorrow.
Is he bringing the baby?
Yes, we are going to meet the baby for the first time. I think if we're invited over to their place next door, we will get to meet the baby.
Standing invite, from what I understand.
We're always invited. Yeah.
All right, that's it for us today. We will do it again tomorrow. Homer, who normally joins us on Wednesday, will join us tomorrow. Bulaga, who normally joins us on Wednesday, joined us today. You can find that full conversation on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm going to try to get Jackson Chorio to join with Homer tomorrow.
And happy belated birthday, Dorsey Levens.
Brewers playing
Life
the Pirates.
Is good.
Just saying. Trivia tomorrow.
Ahoy. Yar, mateys, that's it for us. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worth